All right. Well, guys, believe it or not, we are here. What is up, everybody? Welcome back once again to Hot Toys Hotline Live, episode 56. We got 16 people here in the chat already. Thank you so much for waiting for us, guys. I know we're an hour later than we usually are. We have to bend our schedules lately because, you know, everybody has to be able to show up on time. So in order to do that, we kind of bent our schedule tonight. So thank you so much for making the 8 o'clock, guys. We very much appreciate it. Sorry for all those who would prefer the 7 o'clock, but it's so great to be back with everybody here tonight. It's so awesome to have you all here. We got some fun stuff to talk about tonight, guys, and some exciting stuff as well. Before we get started, guys, I will say we do have 2 new Super Chat messages prepared for you all. One from Chris and one from Sean. So if you guys do end up donating tonight, if you drop any Super Chats, just let me know which one you want to see, and we will show those off to you guys. Because I think, especially Chris's, it's pretty good, dude. So I told you guys we would have more. Here we are. We're constantly going to be working on some, so... but first, let me say what's up to everybody on the panel, and then we'll say what's up to everybody in the chat. Again, thank you so much. 16 people already, 20 people already here, and we've only been live for 30 seconds. So thank you so much, guys. And once again, so sorry that we had to call out last week. But I know we're going to start with Chris. We're going to say what's up to Chris, and Chris has something special for you guys. But also, I see somebody in the chat, Chris, that I think you know very well. So we'll put you up on the screen, Chris. We'll get this stream started with some hype here.
So you know we have to come back on Thursdays and do it right. We just can't miss a week without going crazy. Let me get this heavy old belt up here on the shoulder. Now, with that being there, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. It's all Hot Toys Hotline over here as we're all super flying, super hot. I am the wedding ring wearing, truck delivering, hot toys dealing and wheeling, son of a gun. Woo!
There we go. And Chris, you have a special announcement, don't you?
I do. So this was given to me by my boss. I'm getting a second one, and because I have a second one, I want to give this to one of you guys since you guys love the whole UPS super chat things. This is completely free to enter. You can comment down below after the shit, just comment on this.
What do they have to comment,
video.
Chris?
I was thinking super chat, or if you want to enter a different way, you can say the UPS guy will say, and then say whatever craziness you want to say in the comments. Come up with your own thing. But next week we'll pick one person to win this. If you're international, you got to pay for it. But if you're here in the US, I will personally get this to you completely free. It's just a Lego UPS truck.
It's good to see that Chris finally claimed his first title as the Northern Lake Icelandic heavyweight champion.
Well, there you go,
about
guys.
the size of Iceland.
Yeah, that's a Lego set.
It's a Lego set, dude. It's official Lego set. When Chris told me about it,
comment on that.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to. Dude.
Go
it's
for
cool,
it, dude.
man. When Chris told me about it, I'm like, it's an official Lego set. He's like, yeah. So there you go, guys. I thought that was really funny, very clever. You guys love the whole UPS thing.
Hey man, when UPS goes on strike, that's going to be the only truck you're going to see for a while.
You know what? If Boba wins, if he ends up winning, I will personally go to the Lego store, customize build myself, and I will ship it to him as well.
There you go. There you go. We have a super chat. So it looks like, guys, right off the bat, before we say what's up to everybody and say what's up to the rest of the panel, people want to see the new video from Chris, so I think we have to give it to him. So thank you so much. Some guy, very much appreciate the $5 super chat. Some guy says, let's go Fennec and Koska on fire. Yes, sir. I can't wait to talk about those figures. But before we do that, we gotta show you guys the new video. So, guys, I think this is better than the first one. And so thank you so much, Chris, for doing this. And we have a special message from our favorite UPS guy. Perfect timing.
You got a super chat. Get a super chat.
A what?
A super chat.
Come on, I done told you, I'm about tired of this super this and super that. I'm about to put my super foot in here. Oh, hey there. Almost didn't see you again. My son must have been talking about them super chats. Well, Hot Toys Hotline and I just want to say thank you very much. And whether it's rain, sleeting, or snow, we'll make sure we get your hot toys to you.
I don't know if I believe that particular statement.
Yo, Chris, can you give away a poncho?
Can you imagine Chris and
Yeah,
I
I
like
can.
conceptualizing that super chat message on the phone, dude?
Yo, throw a UPS poncho in with that truck.
Oh,
Right.
dude, you might have to, man. You're like my boss. He won't let me have any more. But yeah, there you go,
I'm not
guys.
sure
There's
about the
the
merchandise part, but
but there you go, guys. And thank you so much once again, some guy, for the $5 super chat. I hope you guys enjoyed the new Collecting Madness version 2 super chat message. Of course, we still have version 1, so if you guys want to see that version 1, we still have it. But thank you so much, some guy. Very much appreciate it, dude. But also, I want to go around to the rest of the panel members. Then we're going to say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to get started. Of course, great to have Ryan back from Mr. Mom Collectibles. Again, everybody's schedules. It's summertime. You know, everything changes. But it's great to have Ryan back on the channel. Ryan, thank you so much for being here, dude. Of course, we can't see your handsome face tonight.
Yeah,
but,
I'm off camera. I'm sitting on my phone because I'm taking care of my daughter, but I feel bad I haven't been on for a little bit. So I did tell you I'll get on how I can, and so right now I got to be a little mobile at this time. But
well,
I'm here,
fair, dude.
I'm here, so doing what I can.
Yeah, and I know there's some stuff, dude. I know you're ready to talk about one figure in particular, so I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
I don't know which one. So
yeah.
I don't know which.
I'm sure you don't. But thanks so much for being here, dude. And then finally, Lane, the Midnight Collector, is here. Lane, legendary Lane Kramer. Thank you so much, Lane, for being here. It's great to have you as always. And I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on a lot of this great stuff.
Unfortunately, a lot of it's coming from my wallet, apparently, too, all at one time.
Apparently, dude. So we're going to talk about that, though. There's a lot of good stuff, though, Lane. And I know you have a good question for us that you're going to pose for us later in the stream.
A little bit later on.
And I'm excited to answer that question for you. And I'm sure everybody in the chat's going to be excited to answer that question as well. But without further ado, let's say what's up to some people in the chat, guys. I know you love me reading your comments, so we're going to get right into it. A lot of people here before the stream started. Of course, as always, guys, one of our great moderators, Insane One, is here. He says soon. Yes, he is always the first. If you beat him, you're pretty fast. Thank you so much for being here, Insane One. Carlito, it's so great to see you back, dude. I saw you pop into the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook chat group. By the way, guys, for those of you that don't know, our chat went down. We had some issues. Facebook had an outage in certain chat groups. It didn't affect everybody. It affected us, unfortunately, but it's back. So if you were in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group chat, it's back up. Or if you're not in the Facebook group, guys, head on over. The group's actually growing pretty quickly. It's so awesome to see, and we have a lot of great people in there. So definitely head on over and check it out. As always, another one of our great moderators here. We have Some Guy. Some Guy says, like and subscribe to the Hot Toys Hotline. Thank you so much, Some Guy, for being here. And thank you so much for dropping the link. And of course, guys, links to everybody's channels are in the description. Check them out as well, please. I would very much appreciate it. Another one of our fantastic moderators, Payton23 here. Payton says, good evening, fellow collectors. Good evening to you, Payton. What's up, bro? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here as always. Who else we got here? Sorry, guys, I'm scrolling through. Steve S. What's up, Steve? It's great to see you, man. Steve says, heck yeah, we got the stream of the week back. Yes, once again, so sorry I took off 2 times in the past month, but, you know, like I said, summertime, guys, it gets crazy. Things come up. I very much appreciate you guys understanding. And the fact that we have 38 people here already, and I haven't talked about a single figure, that shows me that you guys really care, so I very much appreciate it. Let's see who else we got. We got Mike here. What's up, Mike? Mike says, what is up? I wonder if that's a play on the thing I say. You know, all my friends, that's how they mock me. What is up, everybody? And that's my thing. So I don't know if it was, Mike, but if not, it was good. It was good. Let's see. Who else we got? Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling through. Eddie Rodriguez. What's up, Eddie? I love the Peacemaker profile picture. That's dope. That makes me really excited for that figure, by the way. I can't wait to see the final product for that one. That one truly got like the 360 makeover treatment. Eddie says, what is up, my people? What's up, my people? What's up, Eddie, though? Great to have you here, bro. Always great to see you. Great to hear from you, and I hope you're doing well. Boba Fettuccine is here. What's up, Boba Fettuccine? Boba Fettuccine says, what's up, all? It's a great day to be a Mando collector. Yes, it is. This is the friggin' way. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about those Mando figures, dude, because I'm very pleasantly surprised. I'll say that. I don't want to spoil my full thoughts, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. Great to have you here, by the way, as always, my friend. Let's see who else we got. Of course, we got Collecting Madness in the chat. Thursday. Tom Daly. What's up, Tom? Tom says, this heat is bad for my collection. Bad for your collection or bad for your wallet? I would say good for your collection, but bad for your wallet. That's what I would say. But what's up, Tom? Great to have you here, man. Always great to see you. Yeah, Eddie said they said they'll be having some record-breaking heat waves coming up, so stay hydrated, my friends. Yeah, I don't maybe literal heat waves, but also heat waves from Hot Toys, because you guys know Toy Fair is among us any day now. I'm just like, where are the Toy Fair announcements? But any day now. And of course, as always, we got the big intro for our boy Big Dog Pound. What's up, Big Dog Pound? Great to have you here as always. Very much appreciate you, and thanks for being part of Chris's big intro as always. I hope you like the little belt. Chris caught me off guard with that one. I was like, really? He's going to keep
They
making
got
it smaller and
smaller.
Next is going to be a
week it'll
Lego
return.
belt. Dude, it's going to be a Lego belt next. That's what it's going to be.
That's not a bad idea.
Chris, I'm not trying to give you ideas. I see Ty in here. What's up, Ty? Always great to see you, Ty. Always awesome to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Very excited to hear your thoughts on a lot of this stuff. 16 Junkie is here. What's up, 16 Junkie? By the way, 16 Junkie, thank you so much as always for the love on Instagram, bro. Great to have you here, man. I hope you're doing well. Kumar is here. What's up, Kumar? Kumar says, hello all. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're doing well also, Kumar. It's always great to have you here. My old friend, Kumar. I always say this, guys. I know I'm a broken record, but Kumar is one of my original, very first subscribers. So it's always awesome to see him in here. I hope you're doing well, Kumar. We got Joshua Alvarez in the chat. Joshua says, Crosshair just arrived 5 minutes ago after the waitlist converted. Wow. You must live right by Sideshow. That's awesome, dude. Congrats on that. I hope you enjoyed. I've heard it's an awesome figure. That's a figure. My waitlist converted today. I did get one from somewhere else. I didn't end up purchasing it, but that figure is actually going up in price quite fast. It's almost in the $400 range on eBay. So congrats on that. And I hope the rest of you guys that are waiting for that get your waitlist conversions. We have KTHW here. What's up, KTHW? I hope you're doing well. Always great to see you, KTH. Thank you so much for being here. And I look very much forward to hearing your thoughts. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on a lot of this stuff tonight. He said, is that a bracelet? Chris, is that a bracelet, your little wrestling belt? Maybe it is a bracelet.
No,
Chris
it belongs.
To bring the hype.
It belongs to the little 6-inch figures or whatever. Because I got a replica ring. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. Eclectic Collector. What's up, Eclectic? I hope you're doing well, man. Always great to have you here. I see Mary Sullivan in the chat. What's up, Mary? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here. Hope you all are having a great night. Let's see who else we got. Violet. So Violet, guys, I don't want to spoil anything, but Violet graciously is donating a giveaway prize. I don't know how we're going to do it yet. I'm going to allow Violet to choose the way to do it because I think it's fun and she donated the prize. So Violet, I hope you're doing well. It's great to have you here, and I cannot wait to give away that prize that you sent my way. And I'm really excited to see how we do it. I'm going to leave it up to you. We'll talk about it later, but I'm going to leave it up to you. We're going to do something fun, so we're going to do it your way. Let's see who else we have here. Sorry, again, guys, as always, if I missed anybody as I'm scrolling through, we will go back through and I'll say what's up if I see some comments from you. I'm just scrolling through here. Look who it is. It's Jeremy from Plastic Hero Collectibles. Guys, you know, Jeremy, if you're looking, look, he does new pre-orders. He does old stuff. Whatever you're looking for, head over to Jeremy. He has a Facebook group. I do have the link to his Facebook group in the description. Jeremy and I have been talking a lot lately. I've been sending him on little wild goose hunts to find me stuff, especially these Disney figures. I've been really going after these Disney figures. So check out Jeremy, especially if you're kind of nervous about secondary market stuff and how to find it and how to find good stuff that's not damaged. I highly recommend it. And you can go on his Facebook page and see he offers things at very fair prices, definitely below eBay. So check out Jeremy from Plastic Hero Collectibles. I highly recommend it. Trust me. And yes, guys, 16 Kid as well. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much, some guys, always for dropping the link. Looks like we have Sluggin16 here. Sluggin says, good evening, Connor and Hotline crew and fellow collectors. Good evening to you, Sluggin. It's always great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here, dude. And I am looking forward to hearing your thoughts on some of this stuff tonight. OG Fan is here, another one of our great moderators. He says, hello, everyone. Let's go. OG, I know you're probably excited for some of this Star Wars stuff this week, so it's great to have you here as always, my friend. Ghostbusters Plus Collector. What's up, dude? I saw that you actually streamed with Ryan this past week. I did check out the description. I did check out the replay. I didn't comment on it yet, Ryan, so you probably didn't know I watched it, but I did watch it. And it was so awesome to see you on stream,
as always. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was awesome to see you on stream, Ghostbusters, so it's great to have you here, my friend. Maybe we'll steal you from Ryan one day and bring you on as well. Wayne right. Timothy is here. It sounds about right. Wayne Timothy is here. He says, hello all. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're doing well. Also, Wayne, great to have you here as always. We got Andreas here. What's up, Andreas? Andreas says, hey all. Hello, Andreas. I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here. Ekwan is here. What's up, Ekwan? He says, stay cool, my friends, and protect your weather. Yes, as it gets hotter, guys, if you have a humid climate in your area, don't forget, watch my old, outdated pleather conditioning video if you want to know how to do that. I'm probably going to redo that, guys. I've been thinking about that lately because, I was using that white backdrop. It's a little whitewashed. I'm a little bit better of a YouTuber now, so I'll probably redo that, but the message stays the same, so if you want to learn how to do it, definitely check that video out. Am I missing anyone? Again, guys, if I miss you. Oh, Leighton. I cannot miss Leighton. Leighton says, hope you legends are well. Special day unboxing Jack Sparrow DX15 whilst watching you guys. Well, Leighton, I guess that makes us DX15 buddies. God, I don't want to spoil it, guys. I love this. I will just say this. I love this figure so much, I'm going to do a review on it. I don't care if nobody watches it. I know it's an old figure, but this was like a big grail chase for me for the past like 6 months. I really wanted to hunt that figure down. So congratulations on that, Leighton. Being that I just recently got it, I know how special it is. So congrats to you on that one. Let's see. Hot Toys Collector is here. Hot Toys Collector says, good evening / morning again from Singapore. How's it going, Hot Toys Collector? Greetings from the U.S. I hope you're doing well. It's always great to have you here, and thank you for tuning in because I know the time zone is pretty crazy. The time zone difference. So Yomo is here. What's up, Yomo? Yomo says, yo, what's up, Yomo? I hope you're doing well. Violet says she is excited as well. I can't wait. And again, I'm going to let you choose how to do it. I think that's going to make it fun. Jordan Skinner. What's up? Jordan Skinner is one of our good friends in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group chat. He's always talking with us. Great guy. Always awesome to have you here, Jordan. What's up, Sid Vicious? I hope you're doing well. Great to have you here. Let's see. Am I missing anyone? I know, guys, I'm just drawing this out, but I got to say what's up. We took a week off, guys. I got to say what's up to everybody. We got TK, another one of our great moderators, not only in the Facebook group, but also over in the Hot Toys Hotline / Star Wars Memorabilia and Lore Discord. I might, guys, add a section for just Hot Toys Hotline in that Discord or make a separate Discord. People have been asking me to make a Discord, so I'll probably do something with that. So I didn't leave you guys hanging, don't worry. But thank you for the update. He says they no longer update on Twitter. Well, I follow their Facebook as well, so that's something. Stevie says, DX15 bros, unite. It's a great figure if you're in the cool club. That's true. I guess we're part of the cool club now. But that's okay. There's a DX06 as well. If you want a DX06, you can be part of the cool club there. But once again, guys, thank you so much for being here. We got 56 people watching. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get right into it. And Ryan, this is the figure I was talking about, by the way, and I'm sure you knew what I was talking about. We're going to talk about Supergirl, guys.
Here we go.
Here we go. We're getting right into it. We got to start with the Supergirl. And guys, believe it or not, I had a poll ready because I'm very curious to hear people's thoughts on this. I'm dropping the poll now, but the poll question is Supergirl the biggest fail of 2023 from Hot Toys? Because I know a lot of people are throwing that around. So I'm curious to hear our chat's thoughts on that. I'm going to share my thoughts on it now. Realistically, guys, this sculpt is not good. I mean, to be fair, even if you were excited about this figure like me or Ryan or many other people who were into the Flash film, the sculpt is not good. There's just no going around that. I think it's a pretty bad sculpt in terms of the likeness. And not only that, guys, the paint apps I think are really weird looking. It's got like this like tan look to it that doesn't really match the actress too well. It's overall just not good in my opinion. But with that being said, though, guys, I do think the suit looks pretty good. I know her suit is a bit darker on screen, but I don't, if the sculpt was good, and I said this to somebody who asked me what I thought of the sculpt, I'm like, if the sculpt was better, I think no one would have really many complaints about it. I think the suit looks pretty good overall. Is it a little bit too light? Sure, but I'm not nitpicking in that manner. I do think the sculpt is just a little weak in my opinion. I should say a lot of weak. I don't want to be nice about this one. I don't think it's very good. But with that being said, and Ryan and I talked about this extensively over the past week, I do think with all the outcry about this head sculpt, Hot Toys is certainly going to go back to the drawing board and redo this one. I mean, hell, even IGN made a post about this, and that was a total shit post. Everybody was on there trashing it. There was really not much positivity about this figure. But I do think Hot Toys is going to go back to the drawing board with this one. I feel like they've kind of been backed into a corner where they kind of have no choice because this one is overall kind of across the board very negative. And again, I can't really defend this one, guys. I know sometimes to try to be as fair as possible, this sculpt is very off in my opinion. And there's a lot of things about it I don't like. I don't like the paint apps. I don't really like the hair that much, although I know it's kind of really inherent to the character. It just looks a little chunky to me. But overall, guys, I am picking this one up because I do have faith that Hot Toys is going to redo this sculpt. It's just in its current state, definitely pretty disappointing. I don't have my pitchfork out. You guys are hearing my thoughts now if you didn't already reach out to me. I just think it's a little weak. I think they need to go back to the drawing board on this one and kind of completely redo that head sculpt. And again, I do think that they will. I think that there's enough people complaining about this one. Hot Toys knows, maybe we shouldn't have done that. And this kind of reminds me, of that Spider-Man 2099
IGN
situation.
did an article about people complaining about it.
Yeah, I actually just mentioned that. Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, it's funny, Lane, that they jumped in on that. Looks like Jedi Night's Watch has jumped into the chat. What's up, man? He says, Bonjour, collectors. What's up, dude? Guys, check out Jedi Night's Watch, by the way. Great to have you here, bro. Also, Jedi says, bad head sculpt, not the worst, but needs to be improved and will be. Yeah, and that's how I feel about it. I do think it's pretty weak right now, but I do think Hot Toys has kind of been put in a position where they have to go ahead and redo this one because they know Joe P says Lane is not listening. That's all right. Sometimes you have to be in your own world. Maybe Lane's tuning this one out because he doesn't care about it.
Well, it's one of those things where just, some stuff just looks broke, and this is like a broke head sculpt that needs some real TLC. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, thank you IGN for getting this fixed for us. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be part of the reason to blame for this one being fixed. But I wanna move on to Chris because I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. And Chris, I'm not too sure if this was one you were ever even interested in, but I'm very curious to hear after seeing the sculpt. You know what the actress looks like. Do you think this is kind of a colossal fail? And I'll pull this up on the screen too because this is kind of our question of the moment right now. Do you think this is and I didn't really answer this. Is this the biggest fail of 2023 from Hot Toys? I'd probably still give that to the Spider-Man 2099 personally. Yeah. And although, they have gone back to the drawing board, we're going to see a revised version with a claw suit, but I'd still give that to the 2099 because again, from the neck down, I think this looks pretty good. It's just the head sculpt, obviously, it's a big miss from Hot Toys. But what are your thoughts, Chris? And of course, answer this question as well.
Yeah, I was just going to kind of reiterate the same thing of, I think the 2099 is definitely the bigger fail. This is just a head sculpt, so it's not anything we haven't seen before when they do a terrible head sculpt. So I will admit as well, it is a bit off. But Hot Toys can always change that at the end, and it's not like it's coming out tomorrow or whatever either. So
right.
I'm not judging it too hard yet. Other than that, I do like what you said below. I think the proportions of the female bodies, they're doing pretty good with them so far. There's, definition in her abdomen and stuff. The suit, the tailoring looks pretty good. I like the colors. That cape seems pretty cool as well. And, I'm looking at it for that aspect. I think so let me start off with, I'm not picking it up. But if I was, I would still get it because it reminds me kind of like the Kenobi sculpt as well. Nobody really cared for it.
Yeah,
but
TK just made
still
that
pre-order. Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of the same concept. And we did it with Doc too. At least I did. Like, it's not the best sculpt, but I still pre-ordered it because I connect with the character and I know that it could possibly change in the future. So
absolutely,
I don't know. I'll have my eye on this one for sure.
Yeah, and. Yeah, like I said, Chris, for me, it's like, I try to give things the benefit of the doubt as much as possible when it comes to these figures because I know some people are going to be interested regardless of because they have an attachment to the character. And I was really hoping for this one, and I'm still picking it up. I'm just a little disappointed in this sculpt.
You know what it also is? Like, I feel like, because I know I do it sometimes, catch myself. I think this is more of a male thing, that they go harder on the female figures because you want it to look exactly like they did in the film, like you're pulling them out. Yeah. Especially if you got like a crush on it. Like I know people.
I've got a crush on her.
Obsessed with her.
I mean, that's not my reason why I don't like the sculpt, but
but like you want it to look like what you saw in the film, which you were like gushing over or whatever.
Yeah, so. No, yeah. I mean, again, overall, it's a shame because the rest of the figure looks so. And the display base is awesome. I love the display base, and we'll take a look at this display base once we take a look at some secret base photos. I haven't seen it yet, so it's really cool. It's a really cool display base. But again, it seems like you kind of echo my thoughts on it. It looks overall good, minus the obvious issues with the head sculpt. But let's before we move on to Lane, I want to address some comments here. Violet says, also thanks to Ash Chase. Yes, I completely forgot. Ash Chase also, thank you so much for the giveaway prize, because Ash Chase was involved in that as well. So it's a kind of a twofer giveaway. And again, we're gonna figure it out once I get it here and I talk with Violet. We're gonna figure out something fun for that. TK says ground control for Major Tom Holland. Yes, a lot of people are saying this looks like Tom Holland. Ghostbuster says Boy meets world. Man, people are ruthless. And yes, Tom, absolutely. Once again, I know it's a prototype, but obviously this is a pretty weak prototype compared to a lot of stuff we've seen recently. So I do think very much so that the complaints on this one are warranted. However, you kind of have to pump the brakes and realize Hot Toys is going to fix this. You know, they're going to absolutely fix this. You don't have to lose your minds yet, guys. I think Hot Toys knows that there's a big outcry about this. They pay attention. It's very obvious they pay attention. So
they did it with 2099, and if it got all the way to IGN, like, I'm sure they saw that.
Right. And IGN, someone said in the chat, IGN isn't the best, especially with video games. Yeah, but it's just the fact that they brought attention to it. And all those people are commenting it. That's embarrassing for Hot Toys. It's got to be, you know? And it's embarrassing for the artists that did it. They're going to be like, holy crap, these people are saying this about something I worked on. And, you know, when you screw up on something like that, you're going to want to go back to the drawing board and make it better. So I'm very confident they're going to go back and make some improvements. Eddie says, I would say it's the biggest fail just because the expectation behind and also the 2-week tease. Yeah, and then there was a lot of hype around the film. I know the film kind of fell flat on its face. I did enjoy the film. Was it a perfect, flawless film? No, I enjoyed it, though. And I really liked her appearance in the film. I thought she was awesome. I thought the way that they introduced her was great. I thought her suit looked good. Overall, you know, I thought she was a cool character. So, like I said, I'm still very interested in this figure. It's just a little disappointing that they gave us this weak prototype sculpt. But we'll read some more comments. I want to move on to Lane. Lane, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And Lane, we'll actually bring up the secret base photos as we start with you, because this is going to be even more of a representation of really what this sculpt looks like. And it's not great. And shout out to MRC Collection Ventures, by the way. These photos are from him. So,
hey, we got to give expert props to Hot Toys marketing so that they can show us the opposite, the bad end of their sculpting, so that it makes all the stuff that's actually coming out that they want people to spend money on right now make it look 10 times better.
Looks kind of different in person.
It looks worse.
Okay, well, I went the wrong way. That's bad timing. I went the wrong way. There's that base, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
you haven't seen the base.
All the bases for this, except for like the Batman one for the Flash, I think they're all great. Like, they're all unique and stuff for that entire line.
Yeah.
But just the Batfleck one is just too small. For whatever reason, and then the rest of them are fine.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I didn't get the Tom Holland thing at first, but
that sculpt to me doesn't look terrible, actually, right there.
Dude, I don't know.
In person,
to me, it's the hair. It's like
the hair is
the problem.
The Hot Toys prototype photos that they did look terrible, but in person, it's not as terrible as what the photos. Like, that doesn't look as bad as what the promotional photos.
It still looks like a 60%, Ryan. There's no offense or buts about that. Yeah,
of course, yeah. I mean, to Ryan's credit, like, yeah, always Hot Toys kind of does a weak job at presenting some of these sculpts. But even seeing it here, it's just not doing it for me.
Didn't they? I think that Ryan or didn't they? I thought that they had that this was still in production, kind of like, you know, they had with the Ant-Man head sculpt.
I don't know if they said that. I don't remember if they said that.
I thought somebody told me that
I don't
they had
believe
that
that they
there.
said that, but I could
I
be
think
wrong.
on the photo, I think there's a disclaimer on the photo saying that this is still open for.
Don't they put that on
approval.
most of the new
yeah,
stuff?
It's on. It's
Might
generic. It's generic kind of cover your ass kind of lingo.
What's up, Doc Collector? By the way,
I think they had to put this up just for the simple fact that Flash was dying a swift and quick death, and they needed to try and get
They had to put it out before it lost.
So I think the one positive that this has a chance, but this probably means that piece of crap, the Dark Flash figure, will not come.
I don't think that's happening. I mean, Ryan, I think you kind of agree with that, right? The Dark Flash is kind of dead in the water.
Yeah, please. Ooh. For all the complaints about this figure, compared to the way that one looked, this one looked like freaking Fennec Shand in comparison to that thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
their tease photo looked really better than the figure.
Yeah, the suit, the body. I'm just hoping that it's not I'm hoping it's more, not 90-degree like arm elbow joints, single joint. I pray they probably are going to be, but
I don't think it would be.
I would hope not, because she doesn't have weapons or other unique stuff to put with her. Like, this is all about being able to pose her, up in dynamic posing with the arms and stuff. You got to be able to do that with a figure like this, because she doesn't come with guns or armor.
It's a very bare bones release.
Yeah, I mean, she just obviously, because she's a Kryptonian. Unless they're fighting other Kryptonians head on, they don't really need it. They're bulletproof,
right,
or whatever. Or most projectiles aren't gonna hurt them. It's just, I think the figure is cool from the neck down, but obviously for Hot Toys, for most of their figures, the sculpt's got to be at least good. They don't always have to be great if the rest of the figure is really good, really, really good.
Right.
And they're not always going to be great. They just don't end up because of what the character is or other things. Or they're trying to put out 60 figures in a year. Production wise, they're just a lot. I think they had to kind of throw this out though. Flash is already in less than 2 weeks, supposedly going to be coming on to streaming already. It crashed and burned. So I'm just glad, the one thing is that, like you said, I'm hoping they'll put the time and effort to fit, even if they fix it up a little bit so it looks better. I think that's okay, because the hardcore people who like it are going to buy it. But she might have a Crosshair level of, production that she's not going to have a ton.
Right. Of. This one's not going to get a lot of pre-orders, and even if they do fix the sculpt, Off the Racks has already sold out of her twice. So that tells you they probably got a slim amount of them. And then the allotment they had was bought by the people who really want this figure. So it's definitely going to be a small batch for sure.
It's one of those things where unfortunately, it's for a movie that crashed and burned, epically crashed and burned. Like, I know you were showing the one other figure you recently got.
Right.
Not the DX, but the other one, the other Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
For a movie that epically is in the same net, where this is now ascended to that level of failure. I think they had to get it out. They could have just canceled it though, not done it at all.
Right. And would we have preferred that? Not me personally, no.
Yeah. There might have been something, because I would say what they already had put out, like the Ezra Miller Flash and stuff, was great. So was the Keaton Batman, but there was already kind of a stumble, at least how it was perceived for the Batman. People like the Bat Cycle, but the Batman. So I don't think they had anything to lose. And at least if you're a person who liked this movie and you want to get the whole thing, you're going to be able to get, okay, maybe not Zod or the Dark Flash or anything, but I don't know if anybody's going to miss Zod that much.
All that hype for Zod really died down. Remember, he shot up in price and then he kind of shot right back down. So
at least they would give you, if you got a detail, if you want to do a Flash it up, you can literally have an entire detail shelf that is all the Flash figures. It's not like you got two and you're what, kind of thing. So that's good. So now I would say, let's give this a wait and see approach, and see in 4 months that they do an improvement. Now, if they don't do improvement, obviously, and it could be a year or sooner. We go.
I expect it sooner than later, because they're going to want to do it before the hype completely dies off. So if they're going to redo this, which I do think they're going to, within the next couple months, I think. We'll probably see
if they don't and put this out, we're going to be talking this time next year as is this a super dud?
Right. It's going to be a different conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, well said, Lane. I agree. I think overall they're going to go back to the drawing board. They're going to have to take another look at it, and then we'll see how that affects pre-order.
I'm guessing you say you can't, if you're leaving out the Batfleck, can you honestly see where you put this and then have that Keaton Batman with head sculpt and the Ezra Miller, or whatever reason you would have the head sculpt on there, or even in the helmeted version? You got those two head sculpts.
Two really good head sculpts versus,
and this in the middle. If they didn't
change sculpts,
if they didn't change this and this is what you get, you'd be like, I'm selling this one. I'm going to take a hit and sell it, or I'm going to cancel it, because I can't have that with those other two. You just can't.
But thank you, Lane, for sharing your thoughts. Before we move on to Ryan, I want to address some comments. Smoke 'em if you got 'em says this looks like a cosplayer or a street performer. Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of people in the chat, by the way, that just popped in. I want to say what's up to Control Delete. Of course, Don Prom. I asked Don if he wanted to come on tonight, but he was unfortunately busy. So great to have you here in the chat, Don. Who else popped in? I saw someone else. If I remember, I'll say what's up to you. I saw somebody else in the chat. By the way, also Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare. Of course, he could not join us tonight, but he is in the chat. Someone asked about Sean, so Sean is here, and we do miss Sean. We miss you, Sean. So we'll see you next week, I'm sure. Oh, Rob, that's who I wanted to say what's up. What's up, Rob? Rob says IGN might open eyes to people who had no idea Hot Toys existed. They say any publicity is good. And that's true. Yeah, any publicity is good publicity. I'm sure that a lot of people might get a little curious, do some Google searches, and maybe they'll discover a new hobby. You never know. Sluggin says it's the hair from the eyes up. I could see that. Stevie says hair and paint apps are deplorable. Yep, I definitely agree with that. And I saw Don saying this looks like Tom Holland when he had his what was the show? I forgot.
It was a lip sync
battle. There's the comment. I know exactly what he's talking about, where Tom Holland was wearing the dress and everything.
He was dressed up doing Rihanna's bit.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, obviously a lot of people are roasting this one, guys, and I think for good reason. Omniball says, do you think he's worried about cancellations? I guess you're talking about when I mentioned John from Off the Racks. Probably not, because he probably got enough to where he knows people who want it are going to get it. And at the end of the day, comic shops like that, they get enough to where they know, hey, if someone cancels, someone's going to buy this, So I'm sure he's not too worried about it. Payton said he would get a 2.0 Zod. I think some people would. I will say, being that I saw the movie, Zod's appearance was very disappointing. He didn't do much. Wasn't really much involved, so not too hyped about it. But finally, moving on to Ryan, because I think Ryan may have a very level-headed opinion on this one. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this figure, and do you think this is the biggest fail of 2023 from Hot Toys?
Well, me being Mr. You guys can hear me, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep, we can hear you.
I guess me being Mr. Negativity all the time, I guess I have to take a different approach. I'm completely opposite with everybody else. I don't see it as bad as what everyone sees it is. And to be fair, I think the joke that I make is like, is this everyone's first time collecting Hot Toys? Did you guys start yesterday? I mean, this isn't anything new, honestly. It's not. And I mean it in a joking way. I mean, because we've been down the same path before, and I don't get overly excited or disappointed with figures anymore, because time and time again we've seen Hot Toys change up, and this thing isn't going to come out for a year. And I think that a lot of the blowback has been really just honestly ridiculous. I think personally, that's just my opinion. Like the photo you have there, it doesn't look as bad as the photography photos that Hot Toys launched. I think their photos, they have a history of putting out some pretty bad photos as prototype photos. And so to me, the sculpt looks super soft. Like
very.
It looks like a great prototype that when it hit production, you know how sometimes it loses that 10% where it ends up being softer, and you're like, ooh, it looks like we got that off the bat versus a killer sculpt and then it dropped down. I don't see it as bad. I already pre-ordered it. I mean, when you sent that link, I ordered that thing in friggin' 3 seconds. I got her pre-ordered. I mean, I did. I told people, I was on stream, you could pull tape numerous times, and I said, if we had one figure left from the Flash, and that's including a Zod, a Dark Flash, the second Flash, the Armory, and Supergirl, I said, give me Supergirl. And I stood behind that. I pre-ordered that.
You, yeah.
I stood behind that. And what's funny about it is that, Connor, if you pull back and look at her base, what base is she using? She's using the base from the Batman Armory.
Keaton Batman base.
It's just it's a reused base from the Keaton Armory. So that's what the base is. And so the suit and everything looks great. I just think that honestly, people are flipping out. And I say kudos to those the 2099. Those who pre-ordered that day one, knowing what they're going to get. I give kudos to those people. Same thing with Supergirl. If those people that wanted it and they still pre-ordered it regardless of all the negativity, I kudos to you guys out there. Whoever pre-ordered this thing already, because at the end of the day, if this is what you get, you're not disappointed because you know what you're getting. Anything
Right.
further is just an improvement. It's not like,
Yeah.
holy crap, like
For sure.
Doc Brown from Back to the Future Part 1. I think that's a horrendous sculpt. I don't think it justifies. I think it's stupid, but I can't say I'm surprised because we got what they gave us.
Yeah.
What it is.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we
And
saw the
so,
glasses holes and everything. In the
yeah, it's
photos,
like,
you know,
I
we
mean,
knew
yeah,
it.
you can still cry wolf about it, but you can't be like, you know, what? Oh, damn you, Hot Toys. They gave you what
Right.
they. So I do think that they're going to. And the other thing about it, and I'm not trying to like, yeah, I'm defending Hot Toys in a way because we don't know a lot about what's going on. I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole like social aspect about it because people are going down rabbit holes that I really don't agree with, like a lot. Oh, it's the girl's first figure. I get that, but the thing is that you know, with these figures, this isn't the first time this stuff has happened. And also, to be fair, and kind of Lane touched on it, we don't know the inner workings of this figure. They teased it, but and you know, it's good marketing from Hot Toys because people were kind of like, whoa, they're banging these figures out like 2 weeks before the Flash movie came out. Now looking back on it, it was very smart for them to put these figures out as fast as they did, knowing the movie tanked.
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean, could we say that these figures would still sell as good as probably what they did if like they released them at this time? So we don't know if they were under a deadline to say, shit, we got to get this thing out of here because we teased it. People want, you know, we don't know the backstory about it. So I think there's just a lot of unknowns that we will never know. And I understand people are just commenting on what they see. But at the end of the day, this isn't our first rodeo collecting Hot Toys figures. I mean, look at the Doc Ock figure. I think the Doc Ock figure looks horrendous. Where's the update on that figure? Those who pre-ordered it, you're hoping that that figure ends up being better when that thing is released. But there's no announcement on that figure. And I think that like, he's got like chiclets for teeth. Like it looks awful.
Thankfully, it
And
comes
it's
with
like,
the glasses at least to cover
yeah,
up the eyes.
exactly. Like that looks like an atrocious head sculpt. But Hot Toys didn't announce an updated sculpt to that. But they
I think
did
if they do
it
it
for
that, we're gonna see it final product. You know,
that's
we're
what I
gonna see
mean
it
though.
then,
So
yeah.
like this
That's
Supergirl,
what I was saying. I pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, and that's what it is. And kudos to you for doing that. So did I. Like it is what it is. That's your only Doc Ock that you're going to get. For me, I'm posing this girl. I'm posing this Supergirl up with my blue and red Justice League Superman because I have the black suit.
Good.
So the black suit's already in my Justice League. I'm going to pose her up next to like kind of like a what if scenario. So I'm not disappointed by any means. And I think that these photographs here, I think that it just looks really soft. The paint application looks really soft. She has like an emo look to her. And that's kind of what, you know, it's a different look than what we're used to, I guess, with the hair hanging in front of her face and stuff like that. It's a different look. So there's a lot going on. But I think that she just looks softer. But these photos from MRC, I'm not seeing it as like, oh my God. And I don't think it's the worst of 2023. And I don't think the 2099 is the worst of 2023. I don't. I think, you know, I have my different thoughts about that figure, but I don't think it's the worst. Like if you're talking about announcement or release, I'm still going by the DeLorean is the worst product of 2023. Nothing's topping that for me. Yeah, it is. It's 100% the worst. So that's my opinion. If you're talking about an announcement,
I should have clarified. I was more like thinking in the realm of announcements, but hey, I didn't clarify, so you can keep your answer.
No.
But even
if you go announcements though, like I don't think there's been anything. There's nothing so far. If we're going to talk an official announcement, there's nothing that's been like, holy crap, this is the worst thing ever. No, I can't say that because to be fair, Connor, and you know, like the last few months, I've been doing a lot more like kind of I've been more reserved in terms of, I say, oh, this is garbage. I'm joking. But when I wake up at like 4 a.m, you guys have messages or stuff. I'm not like, holy crap, this is like the greatest thing ever. Or I'm like, holy crap, this is the worst thing ever. I try to be more reserved with my opinions on stuff when it comes to that, because I know Hot Toys is going to fix it. The IGN thing like totally blew it out of proportion too. And like you go read that thread, there's people like a cesspool of people that are going so far. Like we're talking about a toy here, guys. A toy.
Yeah, and a lot of them.
And there's people ripping into the actress,
so.
and there's people like outside the hobby that are like totally going in, and it's like, it's
whenever you involve the actual actress or actor,
it's not. Yeah, it's a much.
Needed, so.
I agree. So,
but yeah. Good thoughts, dude, and it's good to hear a differing opinion because, you know, a lot of us are kind of in the same realm of thinking. And some people in the chat, you know, Ghostbusters saying they'll fix her. Big Dog Pound is saying the secret base pictures are winning him over, and that's okay. You know, if you're looking at it and you're like, it doesn't look that bad to me. You know, everything is subjective. Everything you look at, everybody's going to look at it different through their set of eyes. So that happens often, you know, so ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Jordan, what's up, Jordan? Jordan says, what's up, fam? Anyone pre-order the IG-12 with accessories? Absolutely. That was a day one for me. I had to pick that one up. That is such a cool
Unfortunately, I
figure.
ordered it too.
He said, unfortunately. Yes. We're all really excited for that one. But thank you so much for being here. Boba is saying, I am praying Doc Ock is better than initially shown. It was a dopo for me. Tentacles cross. Yes. Tentacles cross for sure. I'll be happy. Again, like Ryan said, when you pre-order stuff, you pre-order it. You should pre-order knowing that, hey, this may be all that I get, and I'd be happy with that if that's the case. Because they don't always redo everything. They don't always do that. I think with this one, though, again, they will because the tremendous amount of backlash they received. But that doesn't always happen. Jordan said that there's some shocking things being said here, and I think he's talking about Ryan when Ryan said the DeLorean was the worst of 20. I know you guys have your little jokes in the Hot Toys Hotline chat. That's probably what he is inferring to. Payton says, I think Mr. Mom ain't wrong because of the QC problems that the DeLorean had. Yeah, again, I should have clarified. I was more in that, but I did say, is this the biggest fail of 2023? So I think the DeLorean, based on my question, is a fair answer.
And also those are out there just to clarify, because yes, like Connor, congrats on you. You got a good one. Chris, you got a good one. When I say the DeLorean also, not only because of the product, but how Hot Toys handled it with zero communication at all.
Yeah.
They left that. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. I was going to say, what was that Iron Man with the suit and you had to put the pieces on it or whatever? People hated on that too.
The Mark V suit.
That had that had QC stuff.
Yeah, but it wasn't towards the size of the DeLorean, and then on top of that, like they dumped it in the distributor's hands to like Sideshow figure it out, and that's and Sideshow I think did a great job with it, but the fact that they had no communication whatsoever to issue a statement or anything like that is absolutely unacceptable behavior from them on that.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. And by the way, guys, you may have seen him slip in. I did not make this up. I can't make this up. Sean told me he wasn't going to be able to make it tonight, but he made a special appearance. We do have Sean, the Hot Toys Nightmare, here. I think he's here. I know he's just mic muted, but maybe because he's just sitting there. But Sean is here. Sean is here, so I'm so glad to see that Sean made it in. We're not expecting him tonight, so Sean, if you're able, before we move on from Supergirl to our next topic, would you like to make any comments on this figure? And do you think this is the biggest fail of 2023 from Hot Toys? What are your thoughts on the sculpt as a whole?
Sculpt as a whole.
I keep going back to that Marty McFly.
It's not horrific. It's, I said this on Mr. Mom Collectibles. It's the whole. I did have my first thought was Tom Holland. Also, however, I did pre-order it, and I've decided if I bought, I've ordered it. I know what I'm getting. If they don't make any changes to it, how can I really be mad when I already knew what I was getting? However,
right.
Do I want them to make some improvements? Yeah, of course I do. Mm-hmm. However, the costume, suit, uniform, whatever you want to call it, looks phenomenal. It looks thicker than Superman's. Mm-hmm. I like the different style of the cape, how it's not up on top. It's molded between the shoulder blades and across the back of the arms.
Right.
It's actually a pretty cool design as well.
And it looks very wired as well. It seems like Hot Toys is getting a little better with the wiring lately, especially we saw it with Moon Knight, and it's good to see them continue with that because that looks very nicely wired as well.
One thing I did want with this was a second head sculpt for her eyes to be red.
Yeah.
I was hoping for that, but that's okay. Overall, I hope the face can improve. The body, I think everything's great. I don't want them to change anything with it. If they go through and start making changes, I really don't want those changes to be worse. And then with what Mr. Mom was saying, I completely agree with him. And some of the comments and the reactions are really ridiculous lately.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially to the point where if someone doesn't agree with you and you're spilling hate, over one specific figure is, we're allowed to have a difference of opinion. That's really it. Like if I look at the DC universe, and say Lane thinks that Harley Quinn is the sexiest female character of DC, but I think that Catwoman is. We have the right to our opinions and everything. Who is someone to come in and tell Lane that he's wrong or tell me that I'm wrong? Because one, I know I'm not
right, though, so that of course would be the correct answer.
Yeah,
well, Sean is right. Well, Sean
Michelle
is right.
favorite
So,
Catwoman. Come on.
Wait, yeah.
And
Michelle
Anne Hathaway.
Catwoman
We can't forget about Anne Hathaway.
But anyways, it's just, and somebody may come in and say Black Canary's the sexiest woman.
Sean, where are you going with this?
The point that I'm going with this is everybody's going to have the right to an opinion. Some people are in love with this figure, but yet they're getting trashed on for liking it. Leave the people alone. If somebody likes something and you don't like it, shut up.
KTH took the words out of our mouths. Buy what you like, right? Don't like it,
Exactly.
don't buy it, for sure. And again, there's people in the chat saying they don't think it looks too bad, and, more power to you. If you like the figure, that's all that matters at the end of the day. If you like it, it's your money that's being spent on it. If you think it's well spent, who cares, Buy what you want, spend your money where you want to spend it. And again, also set the proper expectations. Let's say Hot Toys, they're like, you know what, we don't care to fix the sculpt. Buy this figure, pre-order this figure with the possibility in mind that maybe they don't touch the sculpt, and I don't think that's the case. I really do think they're going to go back, but let's say that they don't. You're pre-ordering with that in mind. You should be pre-ordering with that in mind. If you like the character and you're like, I'm willing to put down my pre-order, keep that in the back of your head. If this is what you get, this is what you get, And yes, also Don says, screw everyone else, buy what you love, no excuses. Well said, Don. But yeah, guys, I want to move on from the Supergirl. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Well said, everybody, and well said, Sean. Now, I wanted to jump to another figure in particular, because I know this is a complete 360 from what we were just looking at. And that is, of course, Fennec Shand. Once again, shout out to MRC for the beautiful photos. I'm going to move us here so I can get us out of the way real quick. Guys, this sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. I think they did such a great job. Obviously, the prototype looked really good, and I think this is probably, out of all of the releases this year, this is probably one of the slightest amounts of degradation from prototype to final product that we've seen thus far. It looks so freaking good from every single angle. This is Ming No Wen. It looks fantastic. I really was so pleasantly surprised to see these final product photos and see how great this head sculpt really is. I think most people would agree. This is probably one of the better head sculpts this year. I think they did an awesome job. I think it looks really good. I think the likeness is there. And we're also going to take a look at a video from MRC. He just posted his unboxing of Fennec, and we're going to see the whole outfit. Just everything about this figure, guys, looks really, really great. But I did want to jump to this one after talking about a figure with a subpar head sculpt for most of us, because this one just has such a fantastic head sculpt. And this really shows, guys, like Hot Toys is not forgetting about these older figures. I mean, we saw it with this one. We're going to talk about Koska Reeves. We saw it with, I mean, to be fair, even we didn't talk about the Athena, obviously, because we weren't on stream, but I don't think that sculpt's bad either. I think they're doing a pretty good job across the board with these head sculpts, and I think these look fantastic, and especially this Fennec. I think this has my award of the week for the best, most exciting thing from this week, because I was just so blown away by how great this head sculpt looks. So kudos to Hot Toys on this one. Thank you so much for not dropping the ball on this one. This is a big one, guys. If a lot of us invested in that Boba with Throne, you know, or maybe even just the regular repainted Boba, or you know, any of those Bobas from the Book of Boba Fett / Mando. This is a great companion piece for them. So this is a big one for a lot of people, including myself. Mine, you know, I got to recreate that Mando season 2 final scene with her leaning on the throne. That's exactly where mine's going. Couldn't be happier, guys. I really don't have much else to say about the head sculpt. And again, we're going to take a look at a video of this figure as a whole. But I just wanted to pull up MRC's photos real quick just so you can get a really nice close-up shot of the head sculpt, because I felt like it was warranted for this one because it really does look that good. I'm going to pull up MRC's video because he did do an unboxing today. Again, guys, every angle, every photo I've seen her in, she just looks that good, and I'm very, very excited to get this figure. Like, I can't tell you how excited I am after seeing these final product photos and now this unboxing video. I can't tell you how excited I am to get this one. It really looks that good. But guys, I kind of want to have an open discussion on this one. I know we had our in-depth talk about that one, but let's have an open discussion. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on this? And whoever wants to chime in and share your thoughts, man, what are your thoughts on Fennec Shand? And are you as blown away by this figure overall and the head sculpt and everything as I am? I know, Lane, it sounds like you want to get us started because I know you were excited to talk about this one. Lane, tell us about Fennec, man. What are your thoughts?
I think this figure came out perfect, or about as close as you can make it to bringing to scale a figure type for this character, because they nailed the outfit. Obviously going to have maybe a little bit of, you know, a little worry when you're going to be putting on maybe the helmet piece or something, you know, which wouldn't be the first time. Anytime we've had a facial sculpt with,
we've dealt with this many times before, you know.
Yeah, but I think I love the outfit. I think, like, I thought her outfit was already, you know, really cool, but I actually think in some ways it looks cooler as a figure, you know, the outfit and stuff on a figure in some ways. That is a lot of padding they put around that head sculpt too.
You don't want to mess up that head sculpt, dude.
Yeah, but I like that the hair seems to be posable a little bit with it. I think the only thing that doesn't look fantastic with it,
Lane, watch your words.
And it's something you don't have to like ever even look at. It's just some of the paint apps and how, like, the circuitry in her stomach, which is supposed to be the cyborg implants. Mm-hmm. I don't love them completely, but at the end of the day, who the F cares? Really? You mean you never, like, literally would see it necessarily. Right. I love the rifle, the paint apps on the rifle. You know, the only thing I would have from this figure I'm concerned about is just losing the knife. You know, it is
a very small knife. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that I did the same thing for the stupid toothpicks that come with crosshair. Like, I was like, I don't think I'll ever take those out because I don't want to lose them. Because that's minus $50 if you try and sell them later. It's like no toothpicks.
True. Big Dog Pan has a question for us, by the way. He says, do any of us have Fennec and Koska on pre-order?
I do.
Nope.
I have both.
Both as well. I actually think I have both of mine through Off the Racks. I got both of mine through Off the Racks. So.
Same here. But I think I'd probably ordered them like earlier.
Yeah, I just recently ordered mine.
Yeah, I ordered mine for over a year.
You said what, Sean?
I ordered 2 of each.
Ooh, Sean's going all out, man. He loves that option of having like the
they're
one
not
without
clones,
the helmet,
Sean.
With the helmet.
They're not clones.
Well, I'm actually putting one Fennec with her helmet with my Bad Batch collection.
Ooh,
and then the other is going to have the head sculpt kneeling on not kneeling, but leaning on the throne.
Dude, yeah. Mine's going to have the head sculpt on the throne as well. What's the 2 words, Chris?
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean,
I think even the actress herself, for her age, dude, like
beautiful.
I believe she's like 58. She's like 58.
It's mind blowing for her age.
It really
Ming-Na Wen is beautiful. She's a beautiful woman.
It's like Tom Cruise in his age.
And the action she can still do, like, bro, it's
she's a badass. She's very impressive.
And then the second thing is, I'm glad for you guys that it's that style of sand base and not like the footprint sand base.
I know. And there you go, Lane. No single jointed arms. Look at that
I know,
posability,
but
man. We love to see it.
This will relate though then to Costco later. Like, okay, we get that. This, why isn't it the same for a figure that was announced about the same time? Now, admittedly, it's just she's mostly a rehash of Bo-Katan. So
yeah, the outfit material looks really good too. It looks like mostly cloth.
And he said the pleather. He's not sure about like the one concern I guess you'd have for over time might be the pleather parts to it, but he's Mr. Collectibles said that they felt like a very high end pleather, or maybe even like, because I know Crosshair, his little part, the few little parts on his thing are supposed to be leather.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what's on her, because that would be awesome if it was. But
yeah, it could be. I mean, I think she looks really good. And I haven't seen this video yet, so seeing the outfit, I'm like, man, they did use mostly cloth on this outfit, which is obviously really good to see. Ryan, I think, did you pre-order this one, Ryan? Are you picking up Fennec?
Yeah, I did. What's funny is that Off the Racks actually still had her for pre-order, and I grabbed it. I think it was like last week. I threw a deposit down on her because I was like, "Damn!" When you guys were talking about it possibly coming out, I was like, "Oh, I got to get this one." So I definitely grabbed her. I'm gonna have her displayed up with. I don't have the Boba on Throne. I'm gonna have her displayed up with. Remember the Boba 2-pack?
Yeah. I mean,
the one with the cloth or whatever,
perfect,
like
dude.
The robes. Yeah, I'm gonna have her. I have the pose already. I'm gonna have her displayed up. No helmet. She doesn't. If you're gonna get one, there's no way you can put the helmet on her. That sculpt's too good to put a helmet on her. And I want her. I want her doing the Doc Brown pose where she's got like the rifle kind of
like leaning the rifle
hip.
like this.
Yeah, and then I also want her holding the bottle of Spotchka. It makes no sense, but it's like a great accessory.
It's such a good accessory, dude. Yeah. Mine's definitely going on that throne, dude. I'm leaning her right on that throne. She's gonna have the head sculpt on, Spotchka in hand. That's the way to do it for me.
For me, seeing this is probably, and I know it's hard because we don't have it in hand, and like it goes back to my whole thing about like don't want to like over exaggerate, but it very well could be like the female Yondu sculpt, where this is the best female sculpt. I can't say it's the best sculpt that they've ever done. It's probably looks like a 9.5. But from like, if you want to separate it, it's probably the best female sculpt that they've ever done. Easily.
Yeah, and if it looks this good on video and in pictures, I feel like in person it's gonna look really good.
And then to follow it up with Koska Reeves, it's like, oof, that's a 1-2 punch right there. Like really it is.
Yeah, and I'm excited to take a look at that one because I haven't looked at all of the photos yet. I only really looked at what I posted on Instagram this morning. And also we have a video from Sideshow unboxing the Koska, which I have not watched yet. But yeah, dude, I'm kind of right there with you, Ryan. I think this is probably one of the better female sculpts they've done, and I can confidently say that without even having it in hand yet, just because it looks that good on video and in photos. I think.
Yeah, I don't know
who's.
I don't know who's. Yeah, I don't know whose prototype photo it was we were looking at, if it was hers or if it was Koska Reeves, but there's a photo of both of them together. And man, like having those two figures side by side.
Oh, yeah, that's the Koska release photo.
Is it? And then it kind of stinks because they had her then next to Bo-Katan, and then I mean I could see degradation in the Bo-Katan sculpt.
Yeah,
when they're all together, it's like, oh man, that's I mean hers is good. Her sculpt was good. It's like there's no comparison personally.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I can't wait to get this one.
Me too, man. Speak of the devil, look who is here. MRC Collection Ventures. Reagan is here. He says, good morning from Hong Kong, my friends. On my way to work now and saw the pictures out. Yes, dude. We very much appreciate you. We've been using your photos. We're watching your review today. Dude, you're always perfect timing for our streams on Thursday. We got to have Reagan on. I always tell him I'm going to have him on, but I got to work out the time zones. But we're going to have MRC on eventually. Maybe when some big release comes out and you can have the figure in hand and show it off on stream, we'll do that. That'll be cool. But as always, dude, thank you so much for the great reviews and photos. Guys, if you haven't already, I'm sure most of you already are, but check out MRC. It's so funny. You're scrolling through and you're like, hey, those are my pictures. But thank you so much for being here, dude. And yeah, KTH, great point. It's a video like this that leaves us scratching our heads about Supergirl. Because again, this is arguably one of the best sculpts ever done. I mean, MRC has it in hand. He said it himself. It's a fantastic sculpt. So it just looks that good, and really well said, Ryan. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. I do think this is probably one of the best female sculpts they've done, and I have a lot of great female figures in my collection. I have all the Rays, I have both Jyn Ursos, I have a lot, and this one is really impressive. So I'm really excited to get this in hand. Sean, did you have any additional thoughts? Because I know you kind of started to talk about it. Do you have any additional thoughts on this Fennec? I'm guessing you do, considering you're picking up 2 of them. Take care, by the way, MRC. Thank you so much for dropping by, dude. Again, we'll get you on soon. He says, don't forget to hit the like button for this live. We appreciate that. Yeah, if MRC tells you to, you have to. Drop a like on the stream if you haven't already, guys. Take care, MRC. Once again, thank you so much for providing us with this awesome content to share on the stream. But go ahead, Sean. Did you have any additional thoughts on Fennec?
Yeah, I'm happy with the head sculpt. The tailoring, everything looks good. Nothing looks really loose on her. Looks all tight. They didn't overindulge on the fat suit underneath her either, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But the helmet part here is like really concerning on scratching the head sculpt. I wish they would just start giving us a second head.
Right, just with like that portion of the face in the helmet. They could do it,
yeah.
know?
It's just, however, it is what it is, right? I like the design of the rifle, completely detailed. It didn't look very weathered, which is fine, is because she always has it clean anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
So
she is one of those characters who
who
cleans her rifle pretty often. So we'll let that slide for this one.
Yeah. With the sidearm, though, I don't remember it looking like that in the show. I would have to go back and look, but didn't she have a different pistol in Book of Boba Fett? Or am I wrong?
I honestly can't remember. It's one of those things you're so conditioned by seeing her with her rifle, because that's like her signature weapon. I don't know. I truly don't. Real quick, though, because I know this has been sitting here for a while, I want to address this super chat before we move on. So hold that thought, Sean. When we were talking about Ming Na Wen, OG with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, OG. OG says, for her age? For her age? Beauty is ageless, you ageist. I'm sorry. Yes, she looks beautiful. She's a beautiful, Ming Na Wen is a beautiful woman in general. And I think, Sean, I think we should show him. Believe it or not, guys, Sean finally gave us a super chat message. So there's a lot of people's first. I think I'm the only one that's seen this so far because I didn't show anyone else. Sean, plug your ears because we're going to... Ryan saying, oh my God. Actually, this one will fill the full screen. This is our first one that wasn't filmed vertically. So here you go, guys. A super chat message from Sean.
Oh my.
Good morning, everyone. I understand that you gave the Hot Toys Hotline a super chat. A super chat. You spent your own money on the Hot Toys Hotline, and I just don't understand why. It's appreciated no matter how much it is, and he should love you. And if he doesn't, then that's just messed up.
that's
just
perfect,
messed
Sean.
up.
Dude, words cannot actually describe how I feel right now watching that video.
That was when I watched it, I was like, that's very Sean. I like it. But there's your special message from Sean. Thank you so much, Sean, for getting us that. Yeah, OG's loving it. Well worth your $2, huh, OG? Thank you so much, by the way, OG, for the $2 super chat. I very much appreciate it, my friend. I've lost my train of thought. Thanks, Sean.
It's what I do.
John, that is a water boy voice. I told Chris I compared it to Pennywise. It is kind of. It's got a little bit of Pennywise in there too.
Yeah, now that I actually hear it, it's more.
Let me see.
It wasn't like.
Let me see if I can do an Adam Sandler for you.
Yeah,
I want to touch the honey.
Oh my God, Sean, we're gonna lose. You're gonna see the viewers just slowly.
I think my soul.
Dude, all the cool kids in school pee their pants. I wet myself. He wets himself. That's because we're cool.
All right, guys. It was nice seeing you guys. Good talking to you.
Yeah, bye, Ryan.
I'll see you later.
Rick, what's up? Rick says, can't wait until the Sideshow bargain bin on this one. Hits the Sideshow bargain bin. 25% off, here we come. You never know. I mean, the surprising thing is a lot of these older pre-orders, some of them are still selling out very quickly. Like the Bespin Luke is waitlisted, which is very surprising. But we'll see. Ryan, you got me all messed up, Sean. And then Don gives us a super chat. Sean, hold that thought. Hold that thought, Sean. Don says, Bearded Bear Attack with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Don. I very much appreciate that. I guess because he said Bearded Bear Attack, guys, you're going to have to hear it again. We're going to have to do it again. Thank you so much. And Bearded Bear Attacks, there you go.
Good morning, everyone. I understand that you gave the Hot Toys Hotline a super chat. A super chat. You spent your own money on the Hot Toys Hotline, and I just don't understand why. It's appreciated no matter how much it is, and he should love you. And if he doesn't, then that's just messed up.
I love the ending, and that's just messed up.
It's
I love you guys.
kind of creepy the more you watch it.
Dude, it's so creepy. It's not even funny how creepy that is.
It's funny because I named it Sean Creep. That's the name of the video clip. But thank you so much, Don, for the generous $5.
If you want like a creep one, I can do a creep one.
Oh, please
No, that's
don't.
good,
Sean, getting back to your thoughts, you were talking about the pistol. And also, Sean, by the way, this is our first time in the video seeing the midsection. Don was asking to see the midsection. He's saying he wanted to see the midsection. What are your thoughts on that?
It's actually already all right with their midsection, but hey,
the
whatever.
Robotic midsection, Sean.
I know. Anyways, can you pause it for a second where it's at?
Sure.
For the midsection so I can actually see it.
Let me see I think there's a portion. I saw it as I was scrolling through. It gets a little bit closer. Let me see. Oh.
So I've been busy at work all day, and I only got maybe like 5 minutes to look at pictures when I first woke up this morning. So I haven't actually really been able to look at the detail.
There it is. That looks pretty good to me.
That does.
Yeah. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with how that's painted. By the way, David Lynchen. What's up, David? I haven't heard from you a bit, dude. I hope you're doing well. Don said, hashtag stuffed guts. Yeah, she's got a lot going on there. Don says, when the government gives me a $48K pension tax-free, that gets us $5 in super chats, baby. Woo! Thanks, government. Thank you, Don. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
It does look good. I kind of like too how the skin is not even. It's not even around the edges, because it's like how normal skin would be, where it's just different angles.
Right.
And there's curvature because no part of your skin grows at the same speed. So I like how they did that design on that. Overall, I'm really happy with this. I just wish, I'm just concerned about the helmet with the head sculpt.
Yeah, and
that's my only concern, and that's my only concern with it. I might have to buy an additional head sculpt just to make sure nothing happens to the one.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, because sometimes, especially the one that's the most sketchy for me, and I would never use it, but the Ray from the episode 8 figure. That one has a training helmet, and that one is very close to the skin when you put the helmet on. So that one's pretty sketchy. So yeah, be careful with that Rise of Skywalker Ray, guys, because that one's pretty sketchy in my opinion. Oh, sorry, episode 9. I said episode 8. Episode 9. That one's very sketchy.
I was gonna say I don't remember the training.
Yeah. Yep. I think it would be a crime to. Yeah, I mean that's what Ryan was saying. Like, this sculpt is so good, you kind of want to use it. And I know there's a helmet people out there, but I don't know. The sculpt is so good, man. It really is such a fantastic head sculpt. I can't wait to see it in person. Yeah, exactly, Eddie. That's what I do. I don't double up on a lot of these helmeted characters. I just have them holding the helmet in their hand, and that's cool for me. But I also don't have the space that Sean has, or I think the money either. But yeah, trust me, in a perfect world, 2 of each would be awesome. But got to cut corners somewhere. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna move on. I think she looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm really, really excited to get this one in hand. I love to see that cloth material. I think overall, Hot Toys knocked it out of the park with this, and I'm really excited to check it out. Moving on, I think we're going to get right into the video on this one, because I haven't checked out this video yet. We're going to take a look at Koska, guys. Sideshow put out their video for Koska. Let me slow this down a little bit because it's a pretty short video. And of course, guys, as always, we're just going to have an open discussion on this one, kind of react to this video and how she's looking in the video as we see it. I will say, overall, I think the proportions, just like Bo-Katan, I think they did a great job on the proportions on this one. In terms of the sculpt, I think the sculpt's really good as well. Is it quite on the level of Fennec? Not quite. But I think it's pretty close. I think they did a really good job. Obviously, a lot of us were a little puzzled by the fact that they kept showing this figure at the cons and stuff, and they were leaving the head sculpt out. So that was a little concerning. But I'm glad to see that they did a good job. I think overall the likeness is pretty fantastic on this one. And again, the proportions I think look really solid. Koska Reeves, to me, has really awesome looking armor. I love the shade of blue that her armor has. It's very unique. And I think she's going to look great with Bo-Katan and Axe Woves. I still have to pick up my Axe Woves, but she looks really good, guys. I really have no complaints, especially after seeing her in this video. I think she looks really good. But that's really all I have to say about it. Anyone else, if you guys want to jump in and share your thoughts. And guys in the chat, share your thoughts on Koska Reeves. This is an exciting one. We finally get to complete our Night Owls trio that we've been waiting for a while because we've had Bo-Katan and Axe in our collections for a while.
Before we get to like 250 or 300 more of them later.
Yeah, I'm sure eventually down the road we'll get more. But yeah, guys, feel free to jump in. What are your thoughts on Koska as we see her here in this video from Sideshow?
I think I think this is another banger, dude. I think this is another like a nice fault. Like you said, it's hard to tell whether or not this sculpt is going to be. It's up there though. I think the sculpt is. If I said that the previous one was the best female, I think she's pretty close.
Yeah.
I think in terms of the intricacy of it, I was concerned, like what you said, Connor, about her sculpt coming out. Same thing with like Drax, because I always get concerned with characters that are tied to the WWE still and like licensing and stuff like that. Like this is, I don't pretend to know the inner workings, but I know that that's a big thing. WWE obviously has a lot of say, usually in
because they have control
like
over these characters.
Yeah, even if they're not still there.
Rights. Yeah.
Not no more. She gone now.
Yeah, it's true, but I mean,
it's like over in Japan or something.
But she would
like
they would still have control over this one, I guess, based on the timing and when.
Yeah, and there might be some there might be some likeness stuff too, just because with the wrestler. I mean, even.
But look at that.
Hulk Hogan hasn't been in for years, and he still appears in games. And
I mean, that is
it's good. It's almost creepy how like
that's
real
Mercedes.
That's her though.
It's good, man.
It's.
I love her hair too. I love how the braids cross in the front.
Yeah,
it's really, really good, man.
I didn't order this one yet.
I like this more than.
And this may be. Yeah. I think this is going to be your only opportunity to get Koska Reeves, because I don't think they're going to do another one of this.
Yeah. This is it for sure. And another thing, guys, that I really like, I love how the sculpt looks with the neck piece. Like sometimes they screw that up. We've seen that a lot. I love how the suit comes right up to the neck, especially from the front. Obviously, from the side, you're going to lose it a little bit because the net peg shows. But like, let's go back to that frontal shot of the sculpt. Like, I really love how that looks. I think it looks really, really good. Like, I mean, guys, this is a great sculpt. This is like, and that's the thing. Like, we got two bangers back to back, and these are figures that, you know, could have possibly fallen by the wayside. They're old pre-orders, but it's good to see that Hot Toys stepped up their game with these and kept it as close to the prototype as possible. I have no complaints. I think she looks awesome. And I think all of us can really agree that sculpt looks really good.
The only thing that's going to be with her is, like I told you in back, she worked for New Japan. She got hurt, actually, in a big match that they had to call an audible for the winner. I guess I would just say, for the one thing, if you're looking at guys perhaps possibly getting this, is that if there were problems you had with the Bo-Katan figure, like not the background, or having the jetpack permanently attached to the figure, or the only single jointed elbows, if those all caused you problems, or you hadn't decided to pick up Bo-Katan because of that, you just got to be prepared that you're going to have the same thing with Koska Reeves here, because it's like almost virtually the same figure for the most part, except with different head sculpt and obviously paint outs. You guys heard me be pretty vocal about I was not happy with some of the shortcomings of the Bo-Katan figure. But that being said, I expect the same. I think I'm not going to have as much energy because with Koska having had Bo-Katan for a while, like if she was coming just now and we hadn't had Bo-Katan or something, I think it would annoy me. I honestly think it would. Like just those things bother me with some of the figures. Well, you heard me talking about why do we have one figure with a female figure come that's got double jointed. We were just literally looking
Yeah,
at
it's so weird how inconsistent they are with the female
and it's
bodies.
because they used the body for Bo-Katan. She was earlier, so they're reusing stuff. So I think I'm more accepting because I know kind of now what I'm getting with this figure. Because if I didn't really want it, I could cancel it.
Yeah.
I'd have
get
her
something
hitting
different.
the bait. I'd have her hitting the bank statement on Boba.
My problem. Yeah, thanks. Well, my problem is because I have Bo-Katan wearing the
Yep, those are single jointed arms.
Because my Bo-Katan is wearing the poncho from Jango Fett.
Oh, nice.
But I think she looks. I've been kind of thinking because I think with the lighter blue color combination of Koska's armor, I think it would work better and look neater with that. I just like the five because they don't have something like that. So I'm like, do I have to try and track down a second one? I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to cover the stitching. I'm just like, I think that poncho helps hide some of the limitations of the single jointed elbows.
Sure.
And I wanted to try and look as dynamic as possible with the arm because I think the legs got less movement even than necessarily the arms do in some ways, just because the way they are and because of the boots and all that stuff are a little bit restricted. But despite some of the things that my gripes with the figure, I still think it's great. The head sculpt, like you guys said, nailed it. And this armor's just cool. I mean, I actually prefer her coloration more than Bo-Katan. Like I like the lighter blue.
Right, she's got a different color blue to her. She looks really good.
And she's not the deepest character or anything, but there was enough to her and everything. Obviously, they had her in the final showdown, as part of the group in the final showdown at the end of season 2, and originally said she wasn't going to be in season 3.
And then
way back
when,
a
big surprise, there she is,
and she was there, and I was like, oh, of course, that did feel weird that she just decided to fight Axe Woves. Of all people who wasn't even in the final battle, like said, yeah, I'm just going to kick Bo to the side when she even seems to be kind of like, when they have the surrendered scene from season 3, she knew about it and stuff. She obviously felt like a close ally. So, but that storytelling weirdness, we already had talked about some points during season 3 of Mando. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense because, for some of the jumps that we kind of went like, why, other than it had to fit the plot, to put the character where we wanted them to be, to actually do the plot of the episode.
Oh my Lord, hold up,
Look at that.
baby. Hold up. Look at that trio right there. And someone else in the chat said I still need to get Axe Woves. I do as well. I'm looking for them like for $150. So I'm gonna find them cheap. I need to find Axe. By the way, what's up, 6-Scale Skywalker? Perfect entrance, but to drop a Luke Skywalker quote. Greetings, exalted ones. What's up, 6-Scale Skywalker? I love your profile picture as well, the binary sunset. Very cool. Hope you're doing well. But yes, I think these look great. Seeing them together, I'm like, man, I cannot wait to have all 3 of them.
Can you imagine just kind of, if you're able to, if like, I know you have Magic Cases, Connor. If you had them kind of like this, maybe spread out, maybe a little bit more action-y posed or something, like Blasters Out. And I'm
gonna try to do something cool.
I know Bo, like we already talked about, Bo and Koska are going to be a little tricky, with getting too crazy opposed, whatever. But can you imagine if you almost had it like this, maybe a little bit legs more spread out with Blasters Out pointing or something?
Oh yeah, it'd be really
good. And then like you had them spread out like that, but then you had like one thing with the big ass cannon like almost popping up from heavy infantry, and then like the armor or something like that in between the trio, like all 5 of them together. Or you had Din Djarin mixed in there with like his blaster rifle or something like that. How cool!
Yeah,
like that.
There's a lot of cool posing options with these for sure. Ryan or Sean, before we move on, do you guys have any additional thoughts before we move on to our next topic?
I'm good. I know I'm gonna get her. That's all I know. So I'm good.
Ryan's like, she looks good. I'm getting her. Sean,
Yep.
did you have any additional thoughts on Koska before we move on?
No, not anything additional to what
Okay.
anyone else has said. So, but I got her ordered. Looks great. Kind of curious though if we never got a head sculpt with her. You know how early she would have came out.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably a big part of it.
I would have
And
bought her if she didn't have the head sculpt.
And over the weekend, I watched that. What was it called? Where they went over season 3 with the information and I know his first name's Simon. I don't remember his last name, but the guy who played Axe Wolves, he was originally supposed to die in season
Kramer.
2, and then they decided not to and keep him on. And I'm glad that they did that. But my opinion, no facts or anything, but my opinion is Howard didn't give us a head sculpt for him because he was told he was going to just die. And that's why we didn't get one, is what I'm assuming.
I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to hunt down a head sculpt for him, third party somewhere, because I have the head sculpts on the other ones. But you never know. You never know.
Hey, with this whole new possible, if they start doing more accessory pieces with figures coming out, maybe we would see it. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. Guys, so we're gonna move on to our next topic now. I know some of you guys are probably like, Indiana Jones, that was from last week. Well, number one, we weren't here last week. We're not gonna spend too much time on him, but the reason I wanted to talk about him is because there's a lot of people asking, where is Indy? Where's the pre-order? Why isn't Indiana Jones up yet? What's going on with Indiana Jones? Before we share our thoughts, guys, I just want to say, hold your horses. He is already up on pre-order in Hong Kong. We've seen this before, guys, recently with Buzz Lightyear. Perfect example. Buzz Lightyear, we waited quite a while for that pre-order to go up, and everybody was losing their minds, including myself. I'm like, where's my Buzz Lightyear, But don't worry, guys. The pre-order is going to go up. It's probably just they're working out the final kinks with the licensing in the U.S. and everything. We're not going to spend too much time on him, but I do want to share my thoughts on Indy, guys. I think he looks awesome, and I think this is definitely a huge good sign for Star Wars fans. And I said this before many times. I mean, long before this figure is announced, I said it on stream many times. I said, step 1 is getting Indy 5. If we get the Indy 5 figure, that opens the door for a possible Star Wars figure. And I know some people are going to counter that by saying, well, Harrison Ford hates Star Wars. And yeah, he was done with Star Wars long before The Force Awakens. And, he reappeared in The Rise of Skywalker briefly. But I think this is definitely a good sign for another Han Solo figure. I got to be honest with you. If he's playing nice with Disney like he is right now, because he's going to be Red Hawk, Indy 5, I think we definitely have a good shot now of getting another Han Solo figure. Because a lot of us, we were skeptical whether we were going to see an Indy 5 figure. I was more in the lane of I think it's going to happen, but you never can be sure with Harrison Ford because the licensing is tough. And here we are, guys, and I got to be honest with you, holy crap, Hot Toys might have revived the DX line if they would have called this a DX figure, because this was a perfect candidate for a DX figure, in my opinion. And unfortunately, they didn't do it. But, dude, real leather jacket, real leather whip that's fully posable with wiring. That super clever display stand, which we don't know if it works or not. That's the second half, is does it actually hold the figure up properly? By the way, real leather shoes as well. But I think he looks fantastic, guys. And again, the display base is awesome. I love the fact that the whip is posable and it's real leather. Like, this would have been a great way to kind of start to revive that DX line. And, Ryan and I have talked about this extensively. We did a stream about it with I think, Chris, you were on that stream as well. We talked about the DX line and how we thought it needed a little work. And I wish they would have done a DX with this one. I think they could have pulled it off. And really, let's say they do a DX with this one, they could have just thrown in an extra Indy sculpt. And I know a lot of people are saying, maybe they're throwing in a young Indy sculpt, and that's why it's taking so long. I don't think so. because this pre-order is already up in Hong Kong. I just think it's a licensing thing. And even like the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, I was just about to say that. Took forever to go up in the US. Nothing was changed, unfortunately. I don't think so, Rick. I don't think so. Joe says, I think we'll get a young indie before a new Han Solo. Yeah, I mean, that could be next in line. I would love to see that. I have not seen the Dial of Destiny yet. I am really excited to see it, although I know some people have mixed reviews. I know Lane told me he was kind of underwhelmed with it, but I am still really excited to check it out because it's still Indiana Jones. It's still definitely a childhood favorite of mine. But yeah, overall, guys, I did want to share my thoughts. Here's that display base in action here. Again, if this actually does hold them up, I think this is a really, really cool idea, and I would love to see them do more with this because, you know, like, and I'll be putting up a review about my in-art Jokers, but so far with the whole magnet thing, I don't know if that's quite like the best option. So maybe this is something different that might actually work a little bit better than that, you know?
I don't like either magnet or this, just because now we're talking like if the knee joints get loose, he's bending backwards, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just to
At
counter
least the
that,
crotch grabber is
how
underneath
often
the
on
whole
Hot Toys
figure.
figures do the knee joints get loose? I feel like for the most
Well,
part,
if you're using the stand, like they're fine, but
yeah,
I mean, some of the old Terminator ones I know can get loose or whatever. I mean, any figure if it's a decade old.
Yeah, Rick, I think the hat is sculpted plastic, and unfortunately, it's not removable. So that's a bit unfortunate, but CSI says the movie ruined this figure for me. If they make a Last Crusade indie and pop Sean Connery day one pre-order for me, that'd be cool, dude. That'd be cool if they went back to the drawing board. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this, guys. I just wanted to pull it up because I thought it was really cool. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week. I think the sculpt's fantastic. I think it looks really good, and I think this one will benefit a little bit from a little bit of production degradation to take a little bit of those wrinkles out just to kind of soften it up a little bit. I think it'll be in a really good place with the final product as long as they don't change anything.
Hot Toys continues. It's we are the best at old white dudes' faces.
Yeah, I mean they've kind of proven that. You know, Ben Mendelsohn, director Krennic, all of the Harrison, or I should say the old Harrison Ford sculpt.
Yeah, this one
Dooku.
and also
Tarkin, Count Dooku.
Dooku. Yeah, this. I think I think isn't the coat supposed to be leather?
The coat's leather, the whip is leather, and the shoes are leather.
So this guy is going to be a cool figure. It is just, unfortunately, Dial of Destiny seems like it's dying faster than the Flash did. You know, and the good thing is though, if you want, you know, like this is perfect for getting, you know, one last Indiana Jones figure. I mean, it's cool because Mezco is doing like a Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know, a smaller scale one of younger Harrison Ford that looks fantastic too. So if you want something that like their Keaton Batman turned out great, you had to wait like 2.5 years.
Real quick, Lane, real quick. Sean actually has to go. So guys,
yep.
Sean will be seeing his way out. Thank you so much, Sean. It was great to see a surprise appearance from you because we didn't expect to have you here tonight. But thank you so much for being here, bro.
That is a good question.
I hope you have a great rest of your night.
That's messed up that he's leaving. Get it from his video. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Have a good night, Sean.
Wow. Anyways, hey, have a good night, everyone. It was nice to see you all again. And
he's getting out of here before I got to ask my question. Damn it.
That's all right.
And you know, everyone out there in the collecting community, do what makes you happy. If collecting stuff that you want and that you like, nobody else does, hey, collect what you want. It's yours. Make good choices, and remember, Hot Toys is awesome. And good night.
Take care, Sean. Words of wisdom from Sean.
Universal Translator, Sean's last statement is make bad choices. Good choices actually mean bad in Sean's speak.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, what were you saying, Lane? Sorry, we cut you off.
No. It's fine. It's I really like this figure. I just, you know, it's one of those things. If I'm going to buy an Indiana Jones, man, I want Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade. Like,
yeah. And Carlito is asking how many of you are thinking of doing a young indie kit back. I think a lot of people are probably like, oh, please, I'm holding off.
Now the only thing is,
going to do a young version. I'm holding off.
I don't think that's a good idea for this thing. At least in the near term, until after Harrison, maybe Forson.
I'm ordering
dies.
this, Lane. I'll start by saying that. I don't know about you all. I know, Ryan, you're going to order this. I'm ordering this. Like, I think a lot of people are going to order this, right?
Is that the hat's permanently attached to the fedora, isn't it?
A little disappointing. Yeah, that's a sideshow move right there with the sideshow Freddy Krueger.
Sideshow move.
Yeah, that's a sideshow move. I was hoping for a removable hat, but you know.
Even if they didn't have any of the extra accessory stuff, it was just like, let's see what he's wearing right now. I would say, sign me up, man. Like, that could just be the whip,
and
the bag.
Jacket looks so good, Lane. Like, it looks like real weathered leather. It looks really good.
Yeah, just give me that. I don't need any of the whatever the rest of the other crap that comes with it. Doesn't matter. Just give me that. $275. Yeah, 70. Give me 275, 280. Give it to me. I'll buy it. Like, it's that good.
That shows that, people have something. Like, I mean, it's always just a little bit or something, no matter what it is. It could come with everything in the book, and it's just the one thing, like, is a removable hat. Whereas you probably look at it, Connor, as it sits there perfectly every time, and you don't have fuss with it.
No, I mean, I'm not, trust me, I'm not crying about the removable hat. It would have been great, and someone in the chat said, yeah, it's not a real leather hat. That would have been cool, a real leather hat.
Here's a question to you guys real quick into the chat, because I asked this last night. What is a worse animal-based nickname? And this is from Indiana Jones movies that someone can have: mutt or wombat?
I think I'd rather be a wombat for sure. For sure. A mutt is like, you're bottom of the barrel. You're a mutt. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I would say mutt. I would say mutt is worse for sure. Joe says he looks even older here than the movie. Yeah, like I said, dude, I think this one will benefit from that final product degradation for sure. Just to take a little bit of that age out of him, I think it'll be good. KTH, well, as long as we have some time at the end, I do have that one pulled up, so don't you worry. We'll take a look at that.
Could be the
Payton says mutt.
Like,
I think wombat is worse, man.
I'd rather be a
maybe it's because of the maybe it's also because of the characters it's attached to.
That's true. That's true. But I guess we'll move on from Indy. I know Ryan's gonna wake up for this one, guys. So I'm sure some of you guys saw my post about a rumor. Oh, Ryan's gone. There he goes. So I'm gonna pull this photo up, guys. So I'm sure some of you guys saw my post where I talked about. Oh, that's very zoomed in. Where I talked about. I gotta scroll down. I talked about some rumors that we received from Hong Kong. Of course, guys, as always, with rumors are rumors. Don't go telling your buddies, oh, hey, Hot Toys Hotline told me that this stuff is coming out for sure.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm sure Chris is going to do that. But no, these are rumors, guys, that I received from a couple trusted sources from Hong Kong. Of course, they're only rumors, but these are rumors for Summer Showcase. So, and I'm sure you've seen some of these being posted around because I'm not the only person that hears about this stuff. But I just wanted to share it with y'all and kind of show you the possibilities that we have at hand with some of these rumors if they do come to fruition. So obviously right here, guys, from the Marty and Doc photos from the Part 3 Marty and Doc, we've seen that Hot Toys has done a Back to the Future 3 Mark III DeLorean. You see this is the white wall tire version here. But obviously Hot Toys has done a prototype of the Mark III DeLorean.
Too bad with that figure you can't actually close the door on it because it's a stupid hat.
I don't know if it would be limited that much, but yes, guys. So one of the rumored Summer Showcase announcements is the Back to the Future Part 3 DeLorean. Now, there's really two sides to this, right? Part of you is like, why the hell would they do another DeLorean after the mess of the Back to the Future Part 2 DeLorean? Well, the answer is this one doesn't have any hover wheels. And the answer is this one's much easier for them to do, I think. Do I find this to be a possible thing that could happen? Yeah, I certainly think this one is in the realm of possibility. When I heard this, I was both excited and not very surprised because I'm like, if this happens, I would not be shocked. We've talked about this before, you know. It's a very easy retooling. They change a few things, put the white wall tires. I would love to see a Mark III DeLorean A and B where you have the white wall tires as an option. And I was talking about this with Chris and the railroad tires as well. And then how cool would it be? And this was Chris's idea, and I really liked it, if they included a small railroad track to put under the vehicle. I thought that was a really good idea. It's like a display base. Yeah, like a faux display base. I think this
My
is
only
very
thing
possible.
is, do you think they would actually go through with it based on what just happened with their part 2 delay?
Right. Again, that is like there's two sides of the token. Is this a possible announcement? Yes. Do I think that this is 100% going to happen? Absolutely not. I mean, anything could happen. Again, these are just rumors, but I would not be shocked if they did this. And would I be excited?
Yeah,
Yes.
neither.
Would I buy it? Yes. I would absolutely buy this. I didn't feel the need to get the Mark 1 because for me the Mark 2, hover converted Mark 2 is like a upgraded version of the Mark 1. You get Mr. Fusion, hover converter wheels.
Yeah.
It's just an upgraded version of the Mark 1. So for me, I didn't need the Mark 1 in my collection. But this is different enough to where I'm like, yeah, I'll take the Mark III. So if this did happen, I definitely would buy it personally. I know Chris was like, at first Chris was like, nah, I wouldn't get that. But he's like, oh, man, actually, if they did it, I might be a little conflicted. And that's kind of, I think, how a lot of people would feel because I think it's different enough from that Mark II. If you're a big Back to the Future fan, I think you might look at this one and be like, shit, I might need it, you know? So
Yeah, especially once it's out there and you see it and you're just like, and then the figures are out there to go with it. It's just, I don't know.
yeah. Josh said, "Rip wallet if true." I mean, there's a lot of good stuff on this list, guys. Ghostbusters Plus says, "If they make it the Mark III, then I'll just have 2 of them. I do need the white wall tires though. Still, yeah. I mean, like I said, in a perfect world, we'll get the white wall tires and the railroad tires. That'd be a perfect world. Me personally, I feel like I'd probably rather have it on the railroad tracks. Like if they gave us a railroad track with it, that'd be perfect, best case scenario for me." Stevie Weeby says, "Yeah, milk that mold. It's the Hot Toys way for sure." But yeah, guys, this is not the only one on the list. Let me pull up my next one, which a lot of people are like, and along with me, we're like, man, what happened to our John Wick stuff? So, of course, you guys see on this list, John Wick from John Wick 4, as well as Kane from John Wick 4. Kane was obviously kind of the main antagonist in the film other than the marquee. And this is Donnie Yen, guys. Donnie Yen is a national treasure in Hong Kong. So this is certainly going to happen, guys. It's certainly going to happen. They paid for this license. They know it's going to sell. People have been begging for a John Wick ever since they all let that original one go.
I need a different boogeyman. I
Yeah.
need Baba Yaga. I
Yeah.
need him in here.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this is one that this is a duo here that I certainly would buy. Do I think these are coming out? Absolutely. Will it be for Summer Showcase? I don't know. I said this to somebody the other day, I almost wish these weren't Summer Showcase releases. Like they didn't take up slots for Summer Showcase because they were teased so long ago, you know? And obviously this film did very well. This was in my opinion, this was the best John Wick yet. It did very well. A lot of people love this film. So this is certainly happening. It's just, is it going to be a Summer Showcase announcement? We don't know.
I agree with you. I'd rather they have something else that's lesser known figure that maybe needs the rub.
Right, some one-off stuff, some special stuff that you didn't expect, you know?
You know, but I mean, at the same time, people have been asking, where are these figures?
Right. So it's like, would I be angry? No, I'd be happy because I've been waiting for them. We've all been waiting for them, you know?
And at this point, it's the movie. And the thing is, I don't know if Summer Showcase would help these figures because the movie's already been out and gone for a while now. So it's not like they're, or even for the digital, I guess maybe the home physical copies came out recently, but it's not like even, hey, John Wick is coming out, you know, on home, whatever street, you know, or whatever. So we're hopping on and off that thing, which could be just like an extra push.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I think it'd be cool to finally get these figures. Like, and I'm glad they're not just doing John Wick. I'm glad they're doing Kane. If they put them out, don't put one of these guys out. Yeah, don't put one of don't just be like, oh, we just put John Wick out again because no one's gonna buy it because it's like we want Kane or whatever to put him next to, you know.
And to be fair, there have been some third-party Kanes, guys. So if you're really hungry for a Kane, you don't trust these are gonna come out. You know, there's some third-party ones. I think you should wait. But there's also a third-party marquee, and I wasn't very happy. It looked pretty bad. I don't remember what company did it, but I was hoping. I love Bill Skarsgård, so I was hoping they would do.
I personally think what you were saying. I think we're going to see both prototypes for this guy. I would not be surprised if we don't see him at SideshowCon.
Yeah.
I think we might like they're going to be at Summer Showcase, and then amazingly they get thrown on a plane really quickly to get in. Guy is going to have
surprise.
Guy's going to be having to at the last minute be having to try and do quick poses to get him set up and everything, and everybody's going to be going like, why couldn't Terry pose these? These guys probably got 50 joints in them all over the place, so you can put them in all kinds of crazy katas and good poses.
Right. Uncharted Knight has a question. He says, do you think they would ever do a Spider Legs Maul? He's talking about if you guys have seen the Clone Wars, when Maul was first found by Savage, he's in the cave, he's lost his mind. Uncharted, I would say never, maybe in the near future, or I should say the faraway future, if they run out of ideas for certain figures, maybe they'll bust it. I would love to see that. That'd be awesome, but probably not anytime soon.
I told him and commented in there, I could see Sideshow doing it over Hot Toys because of their animated line. Yeah, that too. But
it just he would be so big.
Yeah, and like Big Dog Pound said, probably Sebastian Press for sure.
Yeah, I would love to see, especially after that Palpatine, or I should say Darth Sidious was announced. That'd be a perfect companion piece.
Dude, yeah.
Guys, another one, Moff Gideon. I should say Robo Gideon, as a lot of us call him, the Moff Gideon Mandalorian clone. I would love to see this. He was a badass, a total evil jerk like he always is. Giancarlo Esposito is such a good
taken
villain.
out like a punk, though.
He did, but this.
But they wanted to leave it open.
I don't think that's it. That's not our Moff Gideon. I think it's a clone.
Well, I mean, they wanted to leave a little bit of room. It's not where he's stabbed and you watch him go, blah, and he's like deader than a door.
You don't actually see the dead body. That's the thing.
I mean, like when the Grand Inquisitor fell into the pit and caught in flames. Now he did die, but it's like we want to leave just a little. I remember, you guys might remember Justice League. Justice League Unlimited.
Yep.
And you saw, Gorilla Grodd get sucked into outer space, and you're like, you see him get pulled out, but then he just happens to kind of go out of camera view without watching,
right. And if we already know this, we've learned this, Lane. If you don't see it happen, it might not be true.
The creator purposely said,
it's like John Wick. We saw him kind of lay back in John Wick 4. But
they said there's already an alternate ending, which is supposed to kind of curb.
Right, because we know John Wick 5 is confirmed. We know Keanu's involved, but they also left it open with that one as well. You see the grave, but that could be a fake death.
Yeah. But
hey man, they you got what's it called? Like in Scream, they always come back for one last scare.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I just remember Justice League in an interview years later. They said, we purposely made sure that we animated Grodd going off screen because we want to make it just in case we do another season that we could bring him back, just in case.
That's marketing magic right there, baby.
Kamen Rider.
So guys, I'm not familiar. I know Kamen Rider is kind of like a Power Rangers type thing, from what I gather.
Been running in Japan for a long.
It's an old show, and there's been many different versions, just like the Power Rangers here in the U.S. Has been many different iterations of the characters and such. Not something I would pick up, but this is a tease directly from Hot Toys. This is certainly coming. I could see this being part of Summer Showcase. This is badass looking. Not something for me because I'm not familiar with the IP at all, but this is awesome. This is really cool.
It's a modern reinterpretation of what is probably there were lots of Kamen Riders going back to the 70s. I'm not super familiar with the franchise and stuff, but there were Kamen Riders going back to the 70s. And then you guys might have seen at some point, and guys in chat, especially if a little bit more my age range, you guys might have seen some episode of Masked Rider, which is what Kamen converts over to, Masked Rider, which came out around time, which had that Polio string cheese guy supposed to be playing Masked Rider. Well, this is, I think, supposed to be a modern interpretation of, in the late 80s, like 88, 89, I think it was, which was the end of the Showa era, like when Emperor Hirohito died. It was Kamen Rider Black, which is still one of the most popular Kamen Riders ever. There were two series. Kamen Rider Black, which was the guy to this day has still appeared sometimes, who played the main character, coming back as Kamen Rider Black. He's 58 years old or something. But that show, this is a modern interpretation. Now, there might be someone who knows better who would correct me a little bit more, but
I'm sure, I'm sure to those that watch the show, it's a pretty shock announcement, and I'm sure they're really excited for it. Yeah, so guys, another thing, if you haven't seen Guardians, I'm sorry, Yondu was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 very briefly. It was a little kind of a nod to the character. Kraglin was learning how to use the arrow, and he needed Yondu's appearance to say, hey, you got this, blah, blah, blah.
But that's all it takes for Hot Toys to do a figure.
Right. So
Yeah,
I would
literally.
not be shocked. And now I will say this, guys, to the credit, because this is a big grail, guys. For
You
those
saved
that
this for
have
last.
this figure, I don't think that they're going to give you the Volume 2 version. It's probably going to be very bare bones. You literally only see him stand there and say a few words, and that's it. So if they give it to us, he'll probably not come with basically anything. So don't worry, your Volume 2 version is still going to be the best. I see a lot of people saying leather coat would be awesome. It would be awesome. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm almost hoping that they do announce this new one, so maybe the price
'cause
goes
you
down
want
just
one.
a little bit on the Volume 2 one.
So that
I
he can
love
sneak
the
in and
Volume
buy
2
it.
is my favorite Guardians film, and I love the Volume 2 looks, and I have Volume 2 Star-Lord, Volume 2 Gamora, Volume 2 Rocket, so I would love to get this version. But guys, this is a fantastic figure. So if they did go back and redo this one, I don't think they're going to include nearly as much as the Volume 2 version had. So if you just bought this one, don't worry. I don't think we're going to get a Volume 2 version just reissued. I don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't make sense. So you're going to give us a Volume 3 version. And again, he only briefly showed up. So don't worry. You're not going to lose your Grail status. I think it's just going to go down just a little bit in price.
You've been like searching for this forever, and I'm so surprised with everything you keep getting that you haven't grabbed this yet.
So Sean has tempted me. Sean has one, and Sean's trying to sell it to me. And now I'm like, should
I know
wait for
you
some
just
of the
ain't been
showcase?
pulling the truth, or like.
But I got
you
Jack
don't-
Sparrow instead. I decided I wanted the Jack Sparrow more because that was my budget.
Yeah, you've
for
been
my
putting a
Grail.
lot of things over.
Yeah.
Over Yondu.
Control Delete says, bye guys, till next Thursday, leaving for dinner. Enjoy your dinner, my friend. Thank you so
Enjoy.
much for being here. And I hope you have a great weekend and a great rest of your night. But yeah, guys, those are all the rumors. And then Mark 42 2.0. I think most of us agree the original Mark 42 is perfectly fine. You know, Hot Toys loves to put out 2.0s and reissues of these Iron Man figures. Would not surprise me. Would I prefer to see another armor reissued? Yes, I would want to see the Mark II, even though the original Mark II is not that bad either.
That feels like more a summer showcase thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to see the Mark II personally, but Uncharted, that's very difficult to say. Very difficult to say because it's a different film. They do typically, for the most part, I seem to get licenses per film, unless they get like a group license on all the films. So
Dude,
it's
from
hard to
that,
say, man.
Dude, if you could if they could get that, like just do a Last Crusade line, give me Indy, give me both Dr. Jones, give me Elsa, give me I forget the name of the Nazi colonel, like give me him, and give me Brody and Sala. Like,
yeah,
I'm in for that because I'm biased because like that's my favorite Indiana Jones movie of all of them. Kurt Cobain, I hadn't seen this.
So, guys, this is awesome to me. This shows not only, number one, that shows confidence in your product. To make a post like this is confidence in your product, and it shows that you're delivering a good product. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, and this is a figure I'm very excited about. I know Cigars and Bacon, who's not here tonight, he has this on pre-order as well, so I'm sure he was really excited when he saw this. This is the Blitzway Kurt Cobain 6-scale figure. They did do a quarter scale statue as well. I believe it was quarter scale, third scale. I think it's quarter scale.
Quarter scale.
But guys, I mean, if this doesn't show confidence in your product, I don't know what does. So you have, of course, your prototype resin head that they showed off originally with their prototype of the figure. And then you have your PVC mass-produced head sculpt. And guys, they're very close. I mean, obviously, you lose a bit of the stubble definition, just a little bit, but overall, holy
That's
crap,
great.
what a fantastic final product. This makes me even more excited to get this figure. I really cannot be happier with how this looks. Blitzway has done good stuff over the years. Obviously, their paint apps have been hit or miss. This looks excellent to me. I think this is a great step in the right direction. This shows that Blitzway is kind of evolving and adapting with their newer products, and that makes me excited for stuff for the future from them. But I'm very excited to check this out. Of course, I'll be doing a review on this one, guys. I can't wait to check it out, but this looks excellent to me. And guys, this is like the communication we're always talking about. this is like next level communication to me. And again, this just shows very much confidence in your product, where you're willing to hold it up next to the prototype and say, this is what we were able to do, you know?
This makes me want to see Blitzway, if they haven't put out yet, their Hellboy 2 Golden Army quarter scale statue, where they were doing the Ron Perlman Hellboy.
That's my Hellboy. You know, I love David Harbour, but Ron Perlman's my Hellboy. So it's unfortunate that the Hot Toys version is so old. But yeah, I would love to see a new one. CSI says, I pre-ordered one, but I need a second one. Because, yeah, guys, this does come with 2 sculpts. He said he needs a second one for the closed eyes head sculpt. Yeah, that sculpt's really good, too. But again, this is excellent, man. I think if you pre-ordered this figure, you probably can't be happier. Patty, how's it going, by the way, Patty? Patty says, any chance they do a scroll from Secret Invasion? I think bare minimum we'll probably see a Nick Fury.
Maybe.
I don't know if they'll go really too into it. It seems like with the shows they've been a little reserved lately. I know Kenobi they went really hard, and then after that they were kind of reserved with the rest of the show. So don't know how hard they'll go, but you never know. You never know. It really, part of it obviously is also Disney saying, "Hey, we want this. We want you to do this." So.
Well, Kenobi 2 might have fit in also at the time because it was kind of, still had prequel sort of connection to it along with, so it may have tied in a little bit easier with Attack of the Clones, what they were doing, 8 figures from that line and all that.
Yeah.
They've at least done 2 from the shows.
They haven't done Andor. They've done 0 from Andor.
Yeah, which is shocking.
Yeah.
Look at this stuff. This is...
So, guys, I want to say this company kind of came out of nowhere doing some really cool stuff. So this is AUG Toys. And some of you might be like, oh, is this third party? No, these are officially licensed figures. And holy crap, guys. For those of you that don't know, Oscar Isaac, who plays Leto Atreides, he plays Moon Knight, he played Poe Dameron.
That's him without a doubt.
This head sculpt, this likeness to Oscar Isaac is incredible. Really, really well done. This has me really excited for this line. I actually really love this film. Dune was a great film, and I'm excited to see the second one. The trailer got me really hyped. But this figure looks really good, guys. And again, AUG Toys is a newer company, but they're putting out some really cool stuff. He doesn't come with a lot. And you could see him actually here with Jason Momoa's character. They're just really going hard on this Dune line. So that's a little tease there. And they also did, I forgot the character's name, Josh Brolin's character. They have a figure of him on pre-order as well. He looks really good, guys. I think they're doing a great job here at AUG Toys. I really just wanted to highlight that. This likeness to Oscar Isaac is really good. There's Josh Brolin's character in the back. Also, we didn't look at it last week. We were going to check it out. They also did the Paul Atreides figure with this Fremen gear, which is really cool. I don't know. I think let me scroll through. I think they have a big collection of photos with the Paul Atreides and everybody. Let me see. Yeah, so here we are. So some more photos of the Paul Atreides. I think that's pretty close. It's not as strong as the Oscar Isaac. It's pretty close to Timothy de Chalamet. I think it looks pretty good. But the good thing with this one, too, it has the little mask that he wears when he's out in the desert. So, again, guys, for a company that hasn't done much, really, really cool stuff. I'm really excited to check these out. I definitely will be picking these 2 up for sure. I don't know about going all in on this whole line. I have to see. But definitely really, really cool figures, and I just wanted to highlight that real quick. And then finally, guys, some quick third-party news from one of our favorite third-party companies here, and then Lane will ask his question. Our final topic of today, when it comes to figures, I just wanted to show you guys real quick. We got some updates from Mars Toys on the 66 Riddler. And also we found out, guys, we're getting a 2-pack. So not only do we get the coat version with the top hat, we also get this version here with that spandex shirt, that classic spandex shirt, and that awesome mask that we also see the Joker wearing, and he comes with that as well. So definitely a really, really cool update from Mars Toys. I'm so excited to check this out. I actually really like this goofy sculpt here. I think it looks really good. Always, guys, with the teeth showing sculpt, it's a hard one to nail. I know some people had some things to say about this one. I don't really have any complaints because, it's a hard one to nail. Whether it's Hot Toys, third party, doesn't matter. But really excited. I love this sculpt here. It really embodies this character so much.
I
think
like
this
that
is
one
really cool.
better. I'm not feeling the other one. I'm not
Yeah,
feeling
I mean,
the
a lot of
other
people
one.
aren't going to. Again, the teeth showing sculpt, I still think is always going to be kind of a debate because everybody
This
has
one
their
does
things to say
not
about it.
channeling the same as the prankster, the one of the Joker. Like
Yeah,
that Cesar Romero Joker was like dead on.
yeah, for sure. And like I said, I think the likeness is really good to Frank Gorshin here. I think this is pretty solid, and this one's real goofy and it has that Riddler feel to it. So I think this is awesome. Payton says they beat In Art to the punch. Yeah, I mean they're pumping them out, dude. It seems like they're focusing solely on that Dune line right now, which is cool to see. But Lane did have one final question for us. So before we end out the stream, and guys, we're going to take a look at the poll. Don't worry. Lane has a final question for us. Lane, and this is for the chat as well, guys. Lane, what is your final question of the night?
Okay, so this is for everybody to ponder for a minute. So we're now halfway through. I know we're a little bit past, but we're about just halfway through 2023. So to you guys and everything, this is specifically from Hot Toys because they put out 30 some odd releases, 39 releases this year.
Yeah.
What for you guys? Now these are going to be ones you've gotten or seen, as long as they've been released as of today.
Okay.
Are your top 3 Hot Toys facial sculpts for this year? Not old and I mean new ones that released
And these
this
have
year.
to be released.
Not I bought, I got Jyn Erso.
And I was messing with Lane. I was like, can I say Jack Sparrow because I got it this year?
Okay. Do you want me to start with my 3?
Go for it, Lane. Yeah.
Because since I thought of this, I already knew my 3. One is Wenwu.
Good choice.
And it doesn't have to be it's 1, 2, 3 ordering how you have it. It just means your top 3. For me, it's Wenwu. Number 2 is that Fennec Shand. That's my second. I think that's the second best head sculpt they put out this year. And then, the third one is probably going to catch people up, but I'm not sure if it counts 100%, but to me, that half not Matt Hardy. That's a wrestler.
Oh, you're talking about the Venom sculpts. Yeah.
The Venom half sculpt that comes with you
count. Oh, that was one of mine, dude.
I'm looking at Venom. It. Yeah, no, it's on my Venom fighting with Carnage on top of my detail.
Damn. Lane getting the smoke from Dom for the end of the stream.
You still have 3 or 4 you salt and burn. Thanks, Don Prime. And so it's the half sculpt and everything. And that would be my.
We're gonna do a half
3.
sculpt.
And I would admit it was really hard because there's also like the WandaVision one, which I think is really good. But I kind of decided the half face of Venom because it's got that really awesome Venom, like kind of different with the Venom actual symbiote face, and having Tom Hardy's facial sculpt. It made it unique to me. That's why it's number 3. It may not be 100% like some of those other ones looking like the actor, but it was my 3rd because it's the most unique looking face.
Yeah, Sean wanted me to let you guys know real quick. We are at 47 announcements and 47 releases for 2023.
Even when he's here, or even when he's not here,
he's here.
So you're 3 Lane. You said
Tom Hardy, Venom, partial face. Then the Fennec Shand and Wenwu. Those are my top 3.
So I'll do mine then. I want to say Koska, but I'm going to leave her out because I feel like Koska's very obvious. I'm going to have to say Fennec. Fennec's going to have to be in that list because so far I think that is one of the best head sculpts of in terms of releases, that's one of the best head sculpts. Lane, you said a half sculpt, and I'm like, man, I really love this Ray Fisher likeness here on Cyborg. So I'm going to have to give it to Cyborg as one of my favorite of this year. I think it looks excellent. It looks just like Ray Fisher. I think a lot of people sleep on this one because it's a half sculpt, really a 3/4 sculpt. But I'm going to have to give it to Cyborg, guys. I mean, why not pull him up in full while I have him here? I mean, that's pretty good. That looks just like Ray Fisher, in my opinion. And not only that, guys, this was a very highly anticipated figure for me and a lot of people. We waited forever, and we finally completed our Justice League. The Golden Boy is here, although he's a Silver Boy.
And it makes sense in some ways, too, because, you can, like what I use for the Venom, is it's a little bit different, unique facial sculpt. It's not just a human facial sculpt that looks like really accurate. It's
Yeah.
accurate, but it's also got some of the cyborg parts, which makes it a little bit different, and that they still nailed it with that extra stuff,
Yeah.
making it look cool.
My next one, I should say my final one, and I do have an honorable mention because it's funny. Wayne just said my honorable mention in the chat. My third one, believe it or not, guys, I absolutely love the Sylvie sculpt in person. I think it's great. I think they did a really good job on her likeness. I know it's a sleeper. I know some people may, it's not quite her. I love it. I love it. I opened that figure. I'm like, damn, this is a good sculpt. TVA Loki is not in my hand yet, but that's also kind of tied with Sylvie for me. So I'm going to tie those two. They did a great job with that line. I'm going to tie those two. TVA Loki, that's an excellent sculpt, and Sylvie's an excellent sculpt.
And even President
my honorable
Loki.
mention, what'd you say?
And even President Loki.
President
I mean,
Loki's
those
really
three,
good too. Yeah.
Like those three. It's kind of funny because I think if you did choose one of the, not Sylvie, but if you could put those two Lokis, President Loki and TVA, because they're literally Tom Hiddleston Loki, his facial sculpt. So you could put those together almost, but it's tough, man. I wasn't trying to make this easy.
Yeah. So, in my honorable mention, and Wayne, as he was putting his list, Clone Trooper Jesse, guys, that sculpt doesn't get talked about enough. That's an excellent head sculpt. It really is. I know they've done a lot of Tamara Morrison sculpts. I love that sculpt. I love the Republic cog tattoo. Looks really good. I love the adaptation from the Clone Wars version of Jesse to the Tamara Morrison likeness. It looks great. So that's an honorable mention for me. I'm glad Wayne brought it up. And we got a lot of people dropping their list, so of course we're going to read them. Wayne says Bespin Luke, great head sculpt. For me, I have so many Lukes in my collection, and I think the Windswept Hair Return of the Jedi Deluxe sculpt is still my favorite. So that's why I couldn't put the Bespin Luke in there. But great sculpt nonetheless. Clone Trooper Jesse and Fennec. I mean, yeah, guys, Fennec is going to be in that conversation for a lot of people. It's an excellent head sculpt. Can't wait to get it in hand. I'm sure I'm going to be even more blown away when it's in hand. Payton says Falcon Cap, also a really good looking head sculpt. I still have to get that figure, waiting for the right price. Fennec Shand and Koska Reeves. Again, those two sculpts are so good, and it's crazy how some of the best sculpts of the year are just now being released.
Can you imagine what if I bring this up and we have to do a top five at the end of 2023?
We'll have to.
Imagine how horrific that's going to be, where you got to try and figure that out. Jeez.
We'll have to.
How
Yeah.
things are.
Jordan asked us, guys, are they doing a Revenge of the Sith Palpatine? Or better yet, what do you think the lineup will be for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith? Jordan, that's a great question, because we had all these high hopes for Return of the Jedi 40th, and that kind of crashed and burned. So
Yeah.
I should say not what they're going to do, but what I hope they do. I would love to see a Kit Fisto. Love to see them do another Darkseid Anakin, because I know a lot of people are looking for him. Favorite figure in the collection, always will be. Revenge of the Sith Palpatine obviously is a big one. Another Yoda. Love to see another Mace Windu.
Barbecue face Palpatine, since Darth Sidious is literally kind
with his hand cut off. The mess.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, because that Darth Sidious Clone Wars one is basically.
I'd like to see a Hot Toys Grievous.
Yeah, is in first half of the movie.
Would you say, Chris?
Let's get a Hot Toys Grievous.
Grievous, yeah. I mean, my hopes are low for that one if that's going to happen. But yeah, Grievous would be awesome too, just to kind of redeem us from the sideshow mess. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that, Jordan. Big Dog Pound says Fennec Shand, Koska Reeves, and Wanda. Yeah, Wanda's a great sculpt. I mean, Lane and I both were kind of talking back and forth when that one first dropped and we got our figures in hand. I love that sculpt. I will say I showed it to my girlfriend. She's a big Wanda fan, and she was like, and I was like,
there's another option coming too.
Right, and I do, Chris, I think said this before. I do think the Multiverse of Madness is going to be the best one. I think that's probably going to be like the home run figure from it.
Yeah.
And that outfit is just so badass. It's so dark. I love the mix of the black and red. I love this WandaVision version. I really do. And Lane and I adore that figure. It's great. But I do think that
we're on opposite ends of the thing for the costumes. I prefer the WandaVision one over that one.
Yeah.
More, because a lot more.
Yeah.
I got right here. Now, I can't say Fennec Shand or Costa. Like, they just can't. They just came. We know those are great. So I'm going to go, like, a little bit further stuff that's kind of been out for everybody. I would say Quill. I don't know if you count that because he's more creature-esque. So I have three others. Yelena. I really liked the way Yelena looked. I thought the prototype was good, and I thought the final production was pretty good. TVA Loki. Of course, I know. I think
Such a
Connor,
good
you mentioned
sculpt.
that,
Yeah,
but
such a good
yeah,
sculpt.
it's a disappointment. Like I do like my Endgame Loki, however, like kind of want to pop that one on the Endgame one.
Oh
But
no! And if someone did do that, the head's a little small, weirdly enough, for that body. I don't know what
yeah,
happened. It's a little out of scale. It's unfortunate.
and then of course, I like my Return of the Jedi Luke, but I would say Mando Luke. I liked it over uh, the DX25 Luke or whatever
Yeah,
Bestman Luke. I liked it better than him.
yeah.
So that would be
It's a
mine.
great list. And great question, Lane. Before we close out, though, guys, I want to end the poll here. And our question on the poll was Supergirl the biggest fail of 2023? 53% said yes. 47% said no.
Close.
So not a bad split right there. Mary Sullivan is still here. Mary says Yelena is an underrated figure. Yeah, I mean, truth be told, it wasn't for me. But I know a lot of people haven't really enjoyed it.
That Black Widow line kind of just unfortunately died a little bit.
Yeah, and I was never a
fan.
fan, even in the movie. I wasn't a fan of those like snow outfits. Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
When I see the Black Widow and I see Elena, you know, they have the all dark assassin outfits. That's just me. And I was really hoping. I loved Elena's look in the Hawkeye show. It was a shame we didn't get a figure for her from the Hawkeye show. I love that look. And especially, she had that special moment with Clint towards the end when they were kind of doing the widow whistle between her and Natasha. So it would have been really cool. It would have been really cool to see a figure of her from that show. But we didn't even get Clint, so it is what it is.
Only got
we didn't get the namesake of the show, even though it was a little bit more about Kate Bishop.
Right, and
we didn't get Hawkeye
maybe out of
Hawkeye.
nowhere,
Didn't
Lane
even
will
get
just give us that
Kingpin.
figure. And that's why that's why I had to get the third party one. I'm excited to check that out. I guess that kind of segues into our end of the stream here. But guys, as always, if you're here and you're watching, we still have 40 people watching as we're just kind of BS and talking about stuff. Thank you so much for being here, each and every one of you. If you haven't already, please like the stream, subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, when the stream ends, make sure you remember to comment that UPS comment, because you want to win your UPS Lego truck, a special gift from your favorite UPS driver. So comment anything about a UPS, anything about a UPS driver. You can comment whatever you want. Those are Chris's rules. So comment that on this stream, on the replay after it's over, and you'll have a chance to win that next week when we call the winner. Guys, I'm sure you've noticed I'm back in the swing of things. I've been putting up reviews. I'm going to be filming some more reviews tomorrow. I'm doing a review on the DX15 because, believe it or not, I know it's not going to get a lot of views, but some people would appreciate a more modern view at a figure like that. So, and I just love it so much. I want to talk about it. I want to show it off. Guys, I'll tell you right now, it's probably one of the best Hot Toys figures in my collection. I love it that much, and I think it's that special. I'm excited to talk about it. I've got the Boss Man 2.0 that Chris was just talking about that actually did release already. I know that was limited to 300 pieces. I have that on the way. Going to review that. I have the Dynamic Duo from Saturn Toys, a.k.a. Mars Toys, on the way. So I will be doing a review on those as well. The Hot Toys DeLorean. I know Chris and I were supposed to do a joint project that didn't work out. So, Chris and I were like, you know what? Let's just do our own thing. So I will be doing my video. Yeah, Chris just abandoned me in his UPS drop. But no, I will be doing my review on the DeLorean. I'll do that video probably tomorrow or over this weekend. So I got a lot coming. I still got my InArt Joker 2-pack. I'm waiting on a replacement part, so that kind of set me back on my review. So I will be doing a video review / thoughts on InArt as a whole once I get that replacement part, because I did have a damaged part. But thankfully, Spec Fiction is taking care of it for me. As Chris is creepily holding this Thanos
It's
gauntlet
a small price to pay for salvation.
It is a small price to pay for salvation. But yes, guys, I have a lot planned. I have a lot of YouTube shorts filmed, so plenty of stuff coming. Check out my reviews, guys. I did put up a review on the Present Toys The Mask 2.0. Excellent figure. Check out our review on that. The Scarlet Witch that Lane and I just talked about, I do have a review on her as well. And then also, prior to that, I did a review on the Present Toys T800 Future Warrior. So definitely check them out and keep an eye on the channel. I got a lot of reviews coming, so definitely stay tuned. And I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I'm very glad to be back and doing some more videos, as always. And everybody who's hopping out, thank you so much for being here, as always. Take care, and I hope you have a great weekend. Chris, I know you just put up your review for the DeLorean, the Hot Toys DeLorean.
Yeah,
tell us
sitting
about
up there nice and pretty. So I got that up there if you want to go check that out, and see if the second batch is doing all right. Find out for yourself by going to see it. I then have Dooku coming on the channel, and I have Papa Palps coming on the channel. So those are coming up. If you're a fan of any of those will be on the channel at some point. I'm just always doing something on there that's involving in the collecting journey here. So
yes, sir.
appreciate all you guys. Oh, and I just hit 700.
Yeah, and yes, congrats to Chris on 700 subscribers, and all of you guys that are subscribed to Chris.
750, but we are moving in the right direction.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. Congrats, man. 700 is a big number. Yes, guys, links in the description and in the comments as well. Thank you so much, OG, and all the other moderators for dropping that. And thank you for being here, Wayne. I hope you have a great weekend, my friend. And again, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And as always, the legendary Lane Kramer. Thank you so much, Lane, for hanging out with us, for sharing your love of collecting with us tonight. We very much appreciate you for being here.
Hey, thank you very much, friend.
Bald guy.
Yeah, the only bald one here right now left standing, I guess, at the moment.
Yeah, Sean left us, so you're
yeah. Anyway, hey guys, as always, of course, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We always had a ball with you guys, and make sure you're checking out the rest of the channels and everything. Ryan's also collecting Madness, and of course we've got
Hot Toys Nightmare,
and then. Just because these guys always appreciate you checking out their videos and giving your feedback, because that's the only way, guys like me can go, hey, you guys should do this because it's what the fans want.
Yeah, everybody's telling me to do reviews, man. I'm like, I mean, I didn't know you guys want them, because everybody does reviews, but a lot of people wanted me to do reviews. So, guys, I'll keep doing them as fast as I can.
Seeing different opinions and what you think about it.
But here's one thing I think we should do sometime. If all three of us end up getting like the same figure, is we should do like you were sometimes doing some Tuesday night streams. I know you
triple live unboxing.
Yeah, and like if at some point we do it, like it's like, hey, we're all getting this figure, like we know like a couple weeks ahead or something like that. Maybe everybody
getting Doc if that releases?
No, definitely not. But
I am.
Yeah, or just like for you guys sometime, maybe every once in a while, that might be a cool thing where even it's rotationally sometimes on the different channels. Like one time do we hear something, if occasional unboxings here is just like a special treat kind of and stuff for the audience and stuff to check out.
For sure. Yeah, we can work something out like that eventually for sure. Yeah, guys. And also, if you're not in the Hot Toys Hotline Facebook group, once again, head on over. The group's growing really fast. I think we're at like almost 350 members, which is really
nice.
Cool. We'll be giving away some stuff in there soon as well. Surprise! I got some stuff coming. There's a lot of giveaways, and once again, Chris is giving away his UPS truck. I got a special giveaway coming from Ash Chase and Violet. So keep an eye out on the channel, guys, and keep an eye out on the Facebook group. Head on over, check out the links in the description as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for the amazing turnout tonight. And again, so sorry for taking off last week, but hey, we're here this week. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you're watching the replay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, as always, guys, have a great weekend. Drop a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. I hope you have an awesome weekend. See you next time.